so you could see it all. But we're
Well,
bad
good
people.
enough, was it? It weren't good enough for it.
Exactly. So that's the reason I went there. Did I touch the door? No. Did I bang on the door? No. Was I screaming and shouting? No. All right, I had a little boogie in front of his camera, but there's only one person who has access to that camera. Flip Flop. Yes, I put a sticker over the camera. Why not?
Did you make any sexual images of his parents?
No.
Did you go onto his OnlyFans and get loads of disgusting pictures and send them around to his nieces and underage family members?
No. Sorry,
that was done in the name of awareness. Sexual images of an 80-year-old woman.
Really?
Yeah, so, that's allowed. No, that's allowed in awareness. That's allowed.
Mate,
so don't you apologise for taking a picture. Barry went for me when them court documents went up. It's not fucking him. He's not it. It was him. When the AI went up, when I doctored it so it could go out and we could see it. Well, it was real, wasn't it? I didn't see any videos up saying, oh shit, sorry, got that wrong, didn't we?
I know it's
was
real.
Telling the truth.
I took the fucking picture. Tommy, the reason Tommy got the copy of it, because I was on a video call with Tommy and I showed him it.
Yeah.
So like I said, you want to try come for people like me and Debs?
Vegas is right. Vegas is right. They talk about his character. They talk about his male parts. They talk about this. They talk about that. They talk about this. They talk about a lot of fucking stuff, but nothing ever changes with them, does it? Nothing ever actually gets fucking accomplished because they're that busy trying to piss up a wall higher than anybody else. While most of us thought, I'm not joining a fucking pissing competition. I'm not 12 and have gone to get the work done for the day. I think at the end of the day, they should all just fuck off and go and take up crocheting or knitting or something. Any man that sits down with a woman and gossips about other people is not a fucking man.
Yeah. Do you know the funny thing as well? And this is what I find absolutely... It's like icing on the cake. 90% of Flip Flop's viewers on Kick are these so-called awareness teams. You're paying him.
Yeah.
You're getting that man paid.
Yeah. Well,
that makes sense.
Yeah. She advertises him. He's all over the fucking internet, man. How the fucking hell? What you think if I come off, nobody will advertise Kev? Yeah? You didn't like it when I cam-toed him. Thank you. You didn't like it when I stopped doing that and I just did funny things about him. You didn't like it when I duetted shit about him. You don't like anything that I do, so I'm just going to do what the fuck I want anyway. It's always what I've done, and I'm not fucking changing for you lot and changing an habit of a lifetime. Fuck off. You are not on my level.
Don't get me wrong.
Fuck off.
Don't get me wrong, I do feel for Debs because after all this is said and done with Flip Flop, she's got to wait to build up to see who's next. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I haven't. No, I haven't.
No, you've already got one.
Listen, oh, no, don't you worry about that, darling.
Oh,
I've already got fingers in other pies. I've got irons in other fires. Oh, I am ready. I've got fucking information on these cunts, right? Information. I want to see one more video go up about my husband. Just one fucking more. One fucking more. Yeah. Oh, I never play all my fucking cards. But yeah, I've enjoyed this live. Later on, about 7:30, I will be going live again. And we'll do the same thing. And we will open the boxes. I will have a fire going. I will be relaxed. Because I enjoy my life, regardless of whether you fucking don't like yours or not. Thank you very much. You're all a bunch of wankers. None of us care about your opinion. Yeah, at the end of the day, until you do what he does, and until you do what I do, shut up.
Yeah. Well, my final words, and I think I'm probably speaking on behalf of Debs when I say this as well. All you people that take other people's content and mug people off with the AI stuff, you have until 4 o'clock to either remove it or remove yourself. Because you're going to have a lot of IPs coming to you.
Yeah, same.
Believe that. 4 o'clock. You have 25 minutes to sort your act out. Simple as that. If I see videos, especially my content as well, because people will see this. People will flick through and say, hold on a minute, that was Rob. Let's have a look. He's not tagged in it. Rob, I'll send you that. Boom. Same as Debs people. They'll do it to Debs. And guess what? You ain't going to have a leg to stand on. Because you're taking my content. You're taking Debs' content. You're making shit up about people. You're doing AI fucking videos of Debs and her husband. Her husband's sweet as a nut, mate. Yeah. Why are you doing that? But do you know what's funny? I've noticed as well, Debs. This is the one thing I've noticed that's funny. Why is it they only go for husbands and never go for wives? And I can tell you why. I already know why.
Thanks.
So women have several different modes. Right? No. Hear me out. And everyone will agree with me on this. Women have several personalities. There's one personality every woman keeps locked away behind that door in the back of their head. And there's only certain times that one comes out. And when that one comes out, mate, that's why they don't go for women as much. Because it's a lot easier as well to tar a man something bad than it is a woman.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
And they go for example, they go for Deb's husband because they can't get to Deb's. So they're trying to get to the person that Deb loves.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's worth a million of him. All he cares about is me, the kids, and the dog. That's his life. He doesn't care about social media. Yeah. He's always put his life on the back burner so that I could have a career. Yeah, he's always done that. And people say, oh, lucky you don't work and she does. I was making bank when I was doing TV. He could have gone out on site and worked 7 days a week with overtime and he wouldn't have been making what I was making by doing a 20-minute TV interview. We'd have been fools to stick with the traditional way of doing things, yeah? My work was coming in constantly. And some days I was getting 25 requests a day. So he did everything in the house, seeing to the kids, doing the shopping, the laundry, the whole 9 yards so that I could work, yeah? And he's never once complained about any of it. And I'm serious, we get phone calls in the middle of the night, yeah? Because I'm working with cases from 10 years ago that people are still struggling with, you know? And I don't come on here and share it because I shouldn't have to. You know, it's private, it's what I do. I shouldn't have to do that. But like, they don't see any of that. They just see, they cherry pick like Soxy yesterday. She was like, Soxy yesterday was like, I don't know, they never answered a straight question. You ask him a question and yes and no answer. And she's like, well, you bruised my profile. And I was like, no, actually, you looked at my profile. So I came over it. Well, yeah. And it's like, no, just fuck off. I'm not interested in having a monologue with you. If I wanted to be your fucking mate, I'd have beat you up last year, wouldn't I? I'm not interested in anything you've got to say. I wanted a straight answer to, why are you looking for my profile online? Didn't answer it.
Big up,
But she can't say, because I'm a nosy cunt. Because that's what I'd have said. If someone said to me, why are you looking at me stuff online? I'd say, because you're a nosy cunt. Because I'm a nosy cunt. I want to know.
See, the bonus a lot of these people have got is when you get a certain amount of followers, you can't see who's viewed your profile. I think it's over 5,000, 3,000, 5,000, something like that. You can't, it doesn't come up with this person's viewed your profile.
It does on your fake. You know what I did to trap him? I got my thing out the other night and I went like that. There's my fake profile. What I watched, Kevin. Kidding. Soxy has viewed your profile.
I like that. But that's what it is. That's what it is, though. Because they think they're smart because they know you've got a certain amount of followers, meaning, it won't come up that I've viewed their profile. That's all well and good. But I've seen it before. I can't remember who it was now. But I remember there was a post of some sort gone up. It was ages. It was an older post. And it said someone had liked it. But I'd gone on there and there was no likes on it. So I was like, well, obviously someone's liked it by accident while they're scrolling. And then they've gone, oh, shit, unlike.
Oh, scroll right the way back down your fucking profile. That's a dedicated stalker, that innit? That's a bunny boiler.
But the problem is, TikTok tells you who's liked it.
I know. But you're just like, why are you that nosy? Why are you that nosy? What has it got to do with you? Yeah, what I do, where I go with my husband, how much time I spend with my husband. Like, what the fuck's it got to do with you guys? You have no idea what our relationship's like. People who tune in every day know what our relationship's like. But these cunts are just like assumption, speculation, theory, and then go, she's the queen of misinformation. Well, fuck me, daddy-o. So are you. Fuck me sideways. You're just all hypocritical.
If they want to know everything, and everything, drop me a message with your number and I'll send you a text every time I'm going for a shit. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's it. When Blixie Elephant this morning went for Jules, that was fucking brilliant. Blixie Elephant was like, well, come on then. What have you done? Other than doxing Deb's address and like causing problems for what actual fucking awareness have you done on, Kev? Where were you at the protest? Exactly. Why are you like kicking off over recoil and who knew first and who didn't know, and like, what? Get your fucking priorities right, man.
Yeah, see, I could sit here and say if it wasn't for me and one of my OG followers, Tommy and everyone else would never have known, because that is actual factual information.
And those women would have gone and met him with the kids.
Exactly. But I'm not the kind of person to say that, because at the end of the day, yeah, me and one of my followers found out, and the first thing when I confirmed within myself that it was him, I went straight to Tommy. I didn't have to do that. What if I didn't do that?
No, you didn't. You could have just gone on your own.
Exactly. But I didn't. I went to the person that I knew was connected in some sort of way, shape or form within that,
Yeah, and you do something about it. Do you know what you didn't do?
The next day, he was at his ass.
Do you know what you didn't do? Make any shitty posts about it. Or go into other people's live streams and go, oh no, that's not correct. That information's not correct. It's not correct. It's not correct. It's not correct. Shut up! He's outside a fucking paedophile's flat. Shut up!
I know. But then, the funny thing is, when we was incorrect and we was not at the right place, hold on a minute, lo and behold, a few minutes later, motherfucker comes running out the door.
Yeah.
So was I in the wrong place, was I? I chased that motherfucker about just over half a mile to the police station.
Well, I did message you and say which one of you was the new Messiah, because you cured his... It was a miraculous recovery, wasn't it? It was just like Lazarus.
50-50 telepathic healing abilities.
Our motherfucker aged about 8 years and did a Usain Bolt out. So I've never seen a fat man run walk in my life. That's all he did.
Yes, yeah.
I'm waiting for that. It's not me. I've not done it. You've got the wrong guy. Not you. Just Can I beat them? Can I get to that fucking gabba shop before they have an asthma attack? And I've not got me inhaler. I've left it under my paedophile phone.
But the smart thing he did do. He had no device on him and no nothing.
They don't be clever.
All he had was his keys.
They're very clever. They are very fucking clever. They hide him in libraries and shit like that, you know.
Last night, he's nowhere to be seen. The police are protecting him. So, Boris, I had someone, as I pulled in, there was a car that was stopped talking to another person. As you know, Boris, that road is narrow. I had my window open and he went, mate, there's a PDF lives here. I went, yeah, I know, mate. I'm one of the people that was here that told people. And he was like, mate, enough respect. Thank you very much. He went, yeah, the police was here last night, took a bag of clothes and what looked like a laptop.
That's all we need.
There we go.
That's all we need. Yeah, I've worked cases where they will literally take the SIM card, go into the local library and pick a book that nobody's had out for years and put that SIM in the spine. The things that they're ingenious with how they hide them. Yeah, because they're ingenious at getting your confidence in and getting in. So they're very ingenious. They always think a year ahead and here already have a false profile ready to go. Oh, because he's addicted to it, he won't be able to stop. So management said, well, he won't be able to come back on, will he, if he's in police custody. Do you know how shit the police are? Do you know how shit they are? Yeah. He will come out. Believe me, he ain't going in for life. The minute that he can get outside, he will be back online because he can't help himself. It's a hunger that they have to fill. He's probably already got accounts out there that we don't know about. And that's what I'm going to spend my time on. Finding those accounts and making people aware of him. I'm going to do a YouTube video on him and as much as I can. If I can, I'd really like the papers to get involved. He's been recalled before. So at that point, he should have been put back into prison and should not have been put in an area where there's a local park and access to children and allowed online. It's against his shopper order.
Someone's come to in us, Jew. That's okay. Hi, come to us.
Who is it? And I'll tell you whether I'm going to do him for the strike or not.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know who it is. I'll do a Kevin. Who's come to him, me?
Who's come to him, me?
Yeah, who's come to him, me?
Oh,
they won't be. They just come in to cause problems. If it's someone I like, I won't mind. I'm going to do a Kevin. But if it's someone I don't like, I'm going to get you done because I'm just in a mean mood today. I'm a spiteful bitch, me, when I'm in a mood.
Oh, by the way, come to us and people that, like I said a little while ago, you've got 15 minutes left. Just so you know.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. I'm just getting myself nice, sort of like getting my profile nice for the clippers. Yeah, fuck.
Hold on. I left my comb at home. Hold on, let me get the good side. Hold on. Hold on, Debs, strike a pose.
Do you know what Kev call that? Vaguing. He vagued on a train. I was rolling.
Oh,
Vaguing.
God.
That's what he said. I vagued. No, you didn't. You voted. Well, you didn't vote, but you attempted to vote.
That's right. I'm waiting for.
I don't know, Steve. I can't tell you. All I can do is, even if I contact the housing, they won't tell me if he's been rehoused. He'll be completely protected. Protected. So what we've got to do is make his face so recognisable that if he turns up in a new area, people will go, "That's that bastard offline. That's the next one." What's a Vagu? And he was trying to say Vogue.
The
but because he was reading it, he said, Kev can't spell, can he? He didn't read it as Vogue. He read it as
the
Vagu.
governor. Again, the governor did that, was mugging me off before.
Oh, is it the governor?
Yeah, the governor. What, is he actually come to any lives, or?
I don't know. He needs to tag me in it.
Because I can't see, because I've got the oh, unless he's blocked it.
We've made it. We're being camped. We've done it. We're successful. We're famous,
Debs.
No fucking way. I can retire and never have to work again. People are camped me. My life dreams been fulfilled.
Yeah, that's it. I don't need
I'm going to go buy an horse. I'm just going to go and buy an horse.
I'm retiring.
I'm not going to let you in loops. I'm going to drop now. I'm going to go and spend some time with him. Poor bastard's been chopping wood for me all afternoon so I can have a fire. You know, my horrible husband, he's been outside. Right, while I think about it, the word fire's triggered. The other night, one of my Tinker crew said it was their birthday on the 30th. Asked me would I do a fire. Definitely, but can you inbox me? So I can book it into my diary and we will definitely have a fire on your birthday. I know I'm dead mean, aren't I, Rob, me? I'm right proper mean, I am. Oh, so thank absolutely. You. I shall see you later. Have a lovely day.
God bless, darling. God bless people. See you later.
So people are not aware of just how many there are. You stated some figures before, which are correct. They say in a group of 10, probably 1 or 2 of them has done something to a child at some point, or at least had those thoughts of it. It's
1 in 3 people, isn't it? 1 in 3 people on your street has either had a thought, a feeling, or an urge, or a vision, or watched something, or done something with a child. Yeah. That's how serious. There's more of them than there is us.
That's the problem, yeah. That's it. And it gets clouded. It gets clouded in the minutiae of the, like, who said this and who's right. And the only people that are wrong are the preds, and the only people that are right are the victims that need rescuing from said preds. Anything other than that is of no interest to me whatsoever. I'm honed in on my target. I know what I want. I'm not interested in any of that.
This is what we need. Like we need to be able to create, and I don't like saying the word because it's cringy, but it is what it is. We need to be able to create a movement that's big enough, not even for the preds, but for the victims to be able to go, okay, I'm brave enough to go and contact these people. You know what I mean? Well, I can do this anonymously and let these people know who this person is. So then we can assist victims in a way so they feel safe enough to go and report these crimes. But the only way they're going to do that is by seeing that there is a heavy number of people that are willing to put everything on the front line and take these people out.
Yeah, exactly that. We need to show them there's a space where they can come forward without somebody going through their Facebook, somebody questioning them, somebody who feels that I think there's something off about this person, so I'm going to dox them, or I'm going to do. Nobody's going to come forward in an environment like that. Nobody is.
I would like to aim to have a serious team, you know what I mean? To the point where we are capable of putting men outside victims' houses if we need to, where we are capable of surrounding a predator's house if we need to. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about violence. If it leads to that and people step out of line, it's unfortunate. But if the main crowd stick to what we're doing, then it's going to work. But we need people that are committed, and we need to be able to let the system know that we aren't going anywhere. You know what I mean? If we need to go and surround a predator's house and let the whole street know that there is a predator living in this house, so be it. You know what I mean? Lord Rob and Tommy Nonek, you know what I mean? They did an amazing job. And I mean no disrespect to Tommy Nonek, you know what I mean? But Tommy Nonek's been on Kev's neck from day one, and it's got to the point with everyone on social media where Tommy Nonek's looked at as just a single man giving Kev shit for all the right reasons, but like everyone's just got used to it and just expects Tommy Nonek to be there.
Yeah, I get you. They expect a role, yeah.
It's kind of played down what he's doing. The seriousness and the passion that Tommy's putting into what he's doing is kind of played down by the fact that it's been going on for that long and no one's backed him up. That it's just Tommy Nonek giving Kev shit, and it's not. It's Tommy Nonek. He's been on a 6-year campaign of awareness. You know what I mean? And it just needs more Tommy Noneks to stand behind people like Tommy and Lord Rob for people to go, fuck, this is actually serious. There's a movement going on here.
I mean, I've done it. I did it in the paranormal realm. People, if you think they don't know how stubborn I am. They said that there'd never be a place in England where people could come forward and share the weird things that they've done. And I worked for 30 years and I made sure there was a place to the fact that now there's YouTube programs out there about it, these documentaries out there about it. There are genuine people in this country and we just need to pull them together, and that's my skill set. Getting the right kind of people in the right place. I can phone somebody up me and say, I've got a paranormal case coming in Swansea, will you go and do it for me? Yeah, Deb, not a problem. I want you to film it, I want you to tell you. Well, I can do the same thing and say, right, I found him. He's in Dunstable, he's at this address, go live from the address now. I've done all of those things, that's my skill set, that's what I do.
That's what I mean, but we need to, I say we, I'm not in a position to come in and say we, you know what I mean? You guys are on the front line, I've just been a solo guy, I've just putting ideas out there. But they need to shut down the groups where it's open for everyone to just come in and chat shit. They need one page dedicated for the content just to get it monetized, to fund the movement around the country that they're going to need to fund, because it isn't going to be cheap protecting all the women and kids that we're going to end up exposing. But then they need a private group where everyone's vetted. And because of recoil, I'd go as extreme as saying everyone have a selfie of someone else's face on their phone. So if we ever find out anyone is a wrong'un, it will take less than 24 hours to expose one of our team members if we needed to.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that is it. And it's like, I'm good at, what I can do is I can work on putting cases together. Because when we go to the police, they want to know, they want a documented case of events. We can't, you know what I mean? You can't just go to them and say, he's a knob.
Yeah.
They've got to be able to prove that they're online, that they're interacting with children on this date, this date, this date. They've got this social media platform, that social media platform. These are the links to those social media platforms. This is how you'll find them. Here's a link to the live stream where they're in, bringing children in. If you give them that, they have no excuse then not to look at the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The police work in a way where you've got to format it in a posh manner. They don't like the middle class or the working class coming and saying we've got a problem, because they don't listen to it. So people like you are masters, you know what I mean? Because you can put certain words in there that make those toffee-nosed tossers go, oh, that's a posh word, let's have a listen. So I agree with you. It needs doing in that manner. But
there's people who kick the door in, there's people who get the case together, and there's people that hunt, they'll go online, they'll go through databases, they'll go through, lecture rolls. So there's all of that. If I can teach people how to do censuses, then we can track where they were and where they possibly moved to. Yeah, because they will move. They just move around the country randomly because they get outed. And it's not that no children are protected. You just put them wherever there's an open space for them.
Do you remember don't fuck with the cats?
Yeah, exactly that.
The passion for cats in that, like that geezer was doing some mad stuff, and it took for a load of, I'm going to say it, batshit crazy women that own a load of cats to watch him do something to a cat to go, we need to find him. You know what I mean? We need that kind of passion, and we need that level of community hunting down these predators.
Yeah, I agree 100. I couldn't agree anymore with you. It's enough. It's enough for me. Watching what's gone on in the last couple of days over recoil and people arguing about who knew first and all of that. I didn't say anything where they were like, oh my God, the victims, or, oh my God, how was he got in underground? He got in underground because predators are really good at hiding that they're predators. That's why they're predators. They're really good at it. They've been training since they were teens at getting away with it.
This is what I've been saying to Mama Six, but she's closed up a bit, understandably, because of what recoil's done to her. But I've tried to say to her in certain comments and even private message, I've said to her, listen, don't blame yourself, because this kid's at doing exactly what he's just done to you. You know what I mean? If anything, you've just shown the whole world how quickly you are willing to turn on one of your own the moment you get the information you get. You know what I mean? I know there's people out there going, there's videos out there now that going, they had a pedo in the group, and I just comment on it and go, look how quickly, less than 24 hours of us finding out that, you know what I mean? Because they're just trying to They're just trying to use it as ammo, but if they use their head, they'd understand there's wrong in every single group. We're just not afraid to, within 24 hours to have two lads outside your house going, this is where you live, this is who he is, and we will chase you.
Yeah, but while they're gloating, he's princess in Kev's chat.
That's what I mean.
Subbing to Kev, talking to Kev's mod in TikTok in private messages.
I got told earlier that I know for a fact that he is Mr. Homeless official on Kick. I know that for a fact because he's told me in private messages that that's him.
He's got another one called Scooby something.
Yeah, I got told. I haven't checked it myself because I like just hearing about him boils my piss. But someone told me.
I'm saying.
Someone told me in Kev's chat that Mr. Homeless official has now been shut down, which tells me he is out, he is free, and he has got access to a device.
Yeah, he's shutting his social media. I meant to check today to see if his Spotify was still up because it was still up yesterday. I had the same thought. The minute that Spotify goes down, he's out. He's got access to his accounts and he's closing them. Yeah.
Yeah. All they'll do is they'll hide him. You know what I mean? But this is where even like I'm down for even predators that have just come out. Even if they aren't doing anything, even if they haven't committed a new crime, even if they've served the time, right? This is the only criminal, and rapists are the only criminals on this planet that don't deserve this. They deserve a second chance. If you've come out of prison and I don't care if you found God and you want to change your ways, right? And you've not done a single thing. If I find out you are a convicted paedophile and I know where you live, I am outing you and I am letting everyone know that there is a paedophile living there.
Yeah.
You will never
100%.
live a possible life ever again. They don't deserve to. Like
Spotify for Rob.
It should be like America. I'm sure there's certain states in America where they have to go and knock on a certain amount of houses within their area to say, just to let you know, I am this, I am that. I'm not going to say it because there'll be a
You do. Under there, you have to actually go and tell all of your neighbours. You have to be very transparent and declare.
I know for a fact, I think it's either Florida or California. I know for a fact that somewhere in America, they build like caravan sites, don't they? Like miles upon miles.
Put them all in one place. I can't find it yet, Rob. It's just under Recoil 360. Yeah, it was still up yesterday.
So on here, Chloe said Recoil 360 Spotify is still up.
Yeah.
Found it, Debs. It's all good.
Yeah. I can't believe it rained on me fire.
Oh, yeah, it is still currently active.
Is that Mr. Homeless official still active on Kick? I've not checked, but I got told.
I don't know, but I do know. Is it Princess 111 was on Kick shortly ago?
Right. Well, let's see then.
So I know that, but obviously, so Spotify is not. I'm going to go on to Kick now. Hold on a minute.
Yesterday, I thought I'm going to report your Spotify, and then I thought, no, don't.
Yeah, because
don't report it. We'll see if you take it down. Yeah,
because that will tell us what's the situ.
I just wish. The only thing I wish, right?
Oh, let me turn it down. Oh, he's finding out.
That Tommy No Next and Lord Rob's passion for these people was just a little bit slower. I just wish we could have gone back. I fully get it, and I'd have been there myself.
Yeah.
But I just wish
I know, mate. I know. It's one of these things, though. It's like
the adrenaline didn't take over, and we were able to just compose ourselves. And,
that's it. That's it. It's the adrenaline, but it's like it's like a reflex as well. A reflection. What is it called?
Yeah, it's primal.
Yeah. When you go to drop something, you automatically go to grab it, don't you?
Yeah. You act without thinking. It comes with time, that comes with time when you're investigating. You learn, believe me, right? I want to go through the door. I want to go through the door and get them. But what you've got to do is you've got to phone the gathers before you even set out. So the timing is awesome. Because the minute they know that you're outside that front door, they start trying to dump SIM cards, photographs, the whole 9 yards. You've got to be completely transparent with the gathers because they want a forensic case.
Yes.
Yeah. But that comes with time. In the early days, I used to kick on doors, and then now you learn, like you send the team in. The team are professional. They know what they're doing, you know, because they are sneaky. Yeah, they are the sneaky. You'll get mums that'll come out and fight for them. Wives that come out and fight for them. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, that's what we was. I was expecting. I was thinking, great, are some of these neighbours going to come down, going, "Oh, what are you picking on someone in a wheelchair for?" But they didn't, because they heard us out, and they was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Wheelchair.
mean? And then
The way you went down that road, wheelchair, my ass.
exactly. When people saw that, like, as I say, I was there earlier on today, as I proved, and there was a bloke when I pulled into the road, because obviously the road that he lives on is a dead end road, and he said sorry about that because he was talking to someone that was in front of me. And he was saying, I was just notifying that person that there's a PDF around here. I was like, yeah, I know, mate. Me and a friend of mine came around here the other day and let everyone know. And he was like, really? No, thank you. Da, da, da. And then he started shouting out of his card to people that was round. And he went, this is the guy. This is one of the guys that out with him. I was like, mate, honestly.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is what I was saying about in G Crew's life. You know what I mean? Humans are a herd mentality animal. It's just, you know what I mean? It's natural. Right? There's only a select few of us out there that have got the primal instinct still in us to go, fuck it, I'm going to step out of this herd and I'm going to take and that's proof. You know what I mean? Rob's there going, yeah, I know, I've just exposed him. And that's made a random guy in a van.
Yep.
He would never normally make a twat of himself and make himself centre of attention. He's now driving down the road screaming and shouting, this is the guy, there's a pedo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we need, man. Because that guy.
Yeah, in every city and every town and every village. Yeah. We need him like Feeler. There he is. There's the bastard. He's turned up here. That's what we do. We flood the internet with his image over the next 6 weeks.
I'm not going to lie, right? I've said, if there's a way where we can get this funded to a point where it's like someone's, and I'm not even talking about for self-gain, someone's managing the pot properly and all of that stuff. If this is get to a point where it's funded and we've got a pot sat around where I can just instantly jump in a car or a motorbike and head up to Scotland, I'll do it.
I'm like that.
You'll get volunteers. You'll get volunteers. Whenever I've asked people, gone, yeah, you'll be amazed.
Julie.
Yeah, people will be like, I pay my own petrol. I don't care. I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
You honestly, you will. You'll be amazed. People offer to put you up overnight and everything.
Some people do, yeah. So Julie's just said that you're in touch with neighbours. One of them did give me his number, and he did actually text me. Was it the same evening? I'll double check now. Or was it last night? I think, last night. And he went, hey, Rob, I hope you're well, mate. Just like to say thank you from me and my wife for making us all aware of the PDF. You are doing a great job. These need to be locked up for everyone's safety. So, like, the respect and the gratitude is there. And I think as me and Dubs was on about earlier on, all right, there's people out there that have been doing this awareness stuff for so many years. I have never claimed and never will claim to be part of awareness. But my point is,
awareness.
He was outed.
Yeah, he was.
Not even a day. It was the next day. There was me and Tommy outside his ass.
What was it, about 16 hours, wasn't it? 16 hours it took, I think. I worked it out.
Well, I found out around about 11ish o'clock in the evening. I did my digging, did my listening, sat in that live, even chucked a comment in there saying, I know Robert Bailey just to be a prick.
No, because you've got to know. You've got to bait them out sometimes.
Exactly. I did it for a reason because of the voice, because I was listening to his voice for about 2-3 minutes. And then when I said about anyone know Robert Bailey, it was literally like it was rather holding his nose or something, because to me it sounded like his voice changed a bit. Do you know what I mean? And that kind of summed it up, that he was hiding who he was. And then obviously I approached Tommy with it. We found the videos that Tommy asked for, which was with the videos of when he was Evil Gremlin. And that was at around about 20 past 11, call it. And I think we ended up going around there. I think I got there around about 5:30-ish, and I met Tommy at the train's tube station, and then we walked back down, and then that was where it began, basically.
Can someone pin Nana's comment for me?
You can't when there's people in the box.
Oh, right, okay. Well, Princess is in Kev's chat at the moment.
I'm not
the Princess account.
I didn't catch up with. So, Joe, when that copper was talking to you and Tommy about, he was trying to make out that there's no charges, and then you ended the live and went and had a chat. What was the outcome of that? Were they suggesting that there were charges towards him, or
basically they needed evidence there and then. Because I said to him about why can't you go to his property and get some of his devices, and they said we can't do that. We can't do a search like that because it would be illegal because we have no evidence. We need stuff to back it up. That is why they gave Tommy and myself a link. Obviously, there wasn't much I can do with the link, but it was to basically upload the evidence on. As far as I'm aware, Mama Six did that.
I did it as well, man.
Oh, there you go. So obviously, I didn't have any evidence as such because I wasn't involved with him.
I was just asking to see if they've fobbed you off. So basically, what they've done is they've fobbed you off. They've kept him in hiding, and they've possibly fucking sent him back there or moved him.
There's a chance, but when I was there today, I didn't see nothing. The neighbours, the locals, they hadn't seen or heard anything. But one of the people did.
They'll do it in the middle of the night.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
But one of the residents did say the police came back here last night, and it looked like they took a bag of clothes and a laptop.
Yeah, they've moved him.
That's what I reckon. I think they've taken the question is though, have they taken the laptop for evidence to look through, or taken it because it's something he needs?
Depends on his shoppo. It depends on the conditions on his shoppo.
Yeah.
Was the laptop in an evidence bag?
I don't know. That's the problem. But I have got a clip.
Send it me, Nano. I can't get it now, but send it me, Nano.
So police come. So this is what does me in, because people like him, right? They should come out of prison and instantly lose the right to. We need to gain a warrant. Police should be able to walk in your house. If you've got a house, you need to be able to give the police a fucking front door key. You know what I mean? You do not have the right to have any privacy. If we want to check your devices, we're coming in at any point. But if that laptop has not left that house in an evidence bag, then that laptop's going back in his hands, because they cannot, like, to turn anything into evidence, they have to photograph it in the house, put it in the bag, photo it again, write on the bag the time and date and location in the house where it was taken from, and then take a photo of the empty spot. So if they've seen that laptop and bag of clothes without an evidence bag, that laptop's back in his hands. Which is mad to me. But his crime didn't involve, the only thing it involved technology-wise was
creating accounts, creating catfish accounts.
Was the accounts and the photos. So it sounds mad, but is the system strong enough to ban him from having devices, or because it was mainly physical actual attacks on kids, was it more a order towards you're not allowed around physical kids? Because I know Stings and stuff like that, they get bans towards devices, but have they done the same to him?
He could have come out of prison though, if he's done his entire sentence. He could have come out of prison with no conditions whatsoever.
It's like Mark Feely. Mark Feely, he openly used to say, you know what I mean, when every time he got nicked, he would tell the judge, and he wouldn't, like, he'd commit offences to go and serve his licence time in prison, so he'd come out with no orders, so they can't. So when people are like, you need to ban him, the cops are like, I can't take his device off him because he's not having him because he served his sentence, and it's mad.
It is the way they get away with it. I mean, I've argued with coppers before in the day, and I've said he's got 3 devices, and you're like, we've only got on the warrant the one. We can only look for one, and you're like, he's got 3 devices. I can prove to you he's got 3 devices.
Yeah, it's like robots. It's like a piece of paper just restricts them. Like someone can say, I know he's got 3. Oh, we're only looking for one.
Well, it's a weird one with the policing system. So they can do what they want to do.
He's dead, luckily.
With PDFs, like, as I said, if it's protecting them, they are. Now, I had a friend, when he was a kid, and there's probably people in this live that used to do it or have done something. He used to set light to the old dog poo bins in the parks, right?
Yeah.
And obviously one day he got caught. So he was arrested for arson. Several years later, there was something had caught on fire. Like, it turned out to be dodgy old wiring, but it took them a while to put it out. So what they did, instead of just leaving it there, the police was investigating, and they actually arrested about 20 or 30 people just because they had a connection with arson in the last X amount of years. Yeah. So why is it someone that did something more or less as a kid with a poo bin gets arrested for something that he didn't do several years, like, after the incident that he did do, on a suspicion because he had something involved in it? Yet the police was approached with Tommy saying he's done this, he's done this, he's done this, he's done this. Oh, but we need the evidence. But you don't need evidence to arrest someone.
The justice system's
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's completely fucked. I tell you how fucked it is. It's really easy. I ask coppers this all the time. Can you explain to me why a dog needs to be muzzled, has a licence, has restrictions on where it can go and what it can do, and if it hurts anybody, it gets put down immediately? Yet a paedophile can walk free in this country.
Yeah, you even legally have to chop the balls off your dog to keep it. But a paedophile, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you do now, yeah.
Absolutely. So
If I want an XL bully, I need to take it to the vet and I need to chop its nuts off and then slap a muzzle on it.
Yeah.
Paedophiles should be branded with the letter P on their forehead, have their balls chopped off, and walk around with handcuffs on for the rest of their lives.
They should got a bit they have a uniform anyway.
Well-
they all wear slazzings, don't they? But you get what I mean? There should be a certain uniform that they have to wear so they stand out. The best system would be
to be fair-
if we stop releasing them.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing now.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Though,
I was
like
gonna
the
say,
best
to be
thing,
fair, you're
the
about
best
dogs having that
preventative
happening to
medicine here is don't let them out. If they commit a crime on a child, don't let them out. Then they can't do it again. Very simple,
Exactly.
real easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A shotgun shell costs about 12p.
If that.
Don't you get my laptop down? The trolls
If
will be
you
like,
get them
"Oh
in
no,
bulk-
battering it."
If
Yeah.
you get them in bulk, they're probably cheaper. Like bigger bulk.
That's what I mean.
No, you're
The
right.
more
I mean,
you
we're
buy, the
laughing about it and
cheaper they
everything,
are.
but the system's knackered. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to concentrate on changing the law. And literally changing the law. There's 3 strikes and you're out in America. We should have that for the worst crimes in the UK. They should, if they're coming in and they do what he's done and they break the conditions and they go back and they come out and they break the conditions and they go back. Look at Venables. How many times has Venables been released and recalled? Released and recalled. It's cost
yeah, I've heard
us
about
about
that, yeah.
£500,000 since he was an 11-year-old boy to keep his identity secret. That is ridiculous. That money should have been spent on the victims.
Again, they cost 12p.
Jesus.
You know,
Yeah.
12p and a quick trigger, right? Or millions of pounds. It does not fucking.
I've got a case hanging over me, Rob, because I released a real image of not Venables, the other one, Robert Thompson, online. So I got charged
shit.
by the whatever of public prosecution.
For that, there's a massive protection over them 2 boys. Massive protection over them.
Yeah, that was it. And I was just like, I released it and I just said to the copper, I don't care, I'll take the charge. I'm just going to go get a drink.
That is
People
mad
need
though.
to know
Like,
where it is and
you're
what-
trying to do right, yet. Yeah, but this is what I don't understand. So the people that are doing things, the right things, by letting people know, which they should be doing, like someone said earlier on, there's places where if there's one of them living in your area or on your road, that you're supposed to be notified. Obviously, the people around there wasn't notified, obviously. And do you know what I
America,
mean?
they have to be. I don't think they have
That's
to be
it.
notified in England.
Yeah. So this is the bit I don't understand. Why is it that they don't adapt that rule here?
They should be.
They're on about we want to keep we want.
If they don't want to
Do you know what? This is a prime example, and I've said this. Yeah, go on, sorry, mate.
If they don't want to castrate them, and I'm sorry, I need to word this in a way where Debs don't get banned. If castration's out of the
Yeah.
question, I'd go as far as
Gelding.
Yeah,
When you
Well,
geld a horse, it's the same action.
yeah. If that's too far, I'd go as far as blinding him. You know what I mean? Take
Oh,
a sense-
get Sam Pepper on that. He's good at that. Kev's fucking mate.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that baffles me how he's still got viewers. You know, that spins me out.
Most of them spin my head. To be fair, I don't understand how half of them are still on this app.
I honestly don't get it. I mean,
But then
for me,
obviously-
what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang up in a minute. I'm going to go back out to my fire and I'm just going to chill. Yeah. And like, hang on, who's trying to get in? Yeah. Oh, one second. Sammy's trying to get in. Let me get Sammy in. I didn't realise. Mike's doing me a brew anyway, so I'm staying inside for that. Hello, darling.
A few years ago, I lived in Northampton and I found out there was an entire house all with released paedophiles in there.
Oh my God.
Right next to it, there was 2 nurseries, there was a special school and a primary school. It overlooked a park and a massive lake.
That's disgusting.
Honestly,
That's disgusting. That is.
That is shocking.
Honest to God, it was absolutely mind blowing. The fact that there was so many kids there, and then when I confronted the people that had the house,
Yeah.
they said, "Well, they're not allowed out during school hours, so they can only go out when kids are at school and when they're at home." Like that
Oh,
makes
that's fine then. Oh, that's all right then, officer.
It was absolutely bizarre.
I'm sure nothing will happen. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. You know, it's not like he's been around kids before, and oh, actually, yeah, he has committed offence, hasn't he?
Honestly, it's madness.
It's like
Can't make the world make sense.
it's like the system's got a fetish for playing with these people or something. You know what I mean? Because it's their MO. Oh, paedophile's been nicked. Oh, we're housing them in a school. Why? You know what I mean?
Yeah, what is going on with the world?
Did you have to take whatever emergency housing there is? That's what they have to do. They have to take whatever emergency housing is available. And that means that someone coming out of hospital, someone coming out of the homeless unit loses the house that they were about to get.
Yeah.
They get top priority. People kick off in this country all the time about who's coming in over the borders. We have already got an enemy here, and our government is spending our tax money housing predatory people, putting them up. If they'll put them in a 5-star hotel, if they can't find anywhere for them, and it's absolutely abhorrent. They should lose all of their human rights the day they hurt a child.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And it's as simple as that.
100%.
With me is I sit there on a daily basis, and it's not front page news, or it's not like mainstream news, but every day you are reading a woman or a child. It's even men now are being essayed in parks and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's how many women and kids have gone full circle? The men went out to World War II and laid down on the wall to protect the women. It's like the women are doing that right now for the men. And, you know what I mean?
babe.
Like how many?
Right, I'm going to drop down. I just wanted to tell you that about that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sammy, babe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sammy's a warrior. Sammy is an absolute warrior. Yeah.
How many women and kids is it going to take before we actually say enough's enough? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many women and kids now that are just not here anymore because of this evil plague that is within us. And men are just sitting around watching.
It just, I don't understand it. Like, I'm of the mindset where I can compartmentalise stuff so I can think, right, this is what needs to happen. But still, I get overcome with rage. You know, that it's there, it's in with all of us. The thing I don't understand is what flips people over that. Because it doesn't matter, like, what dark thoughts go through your head. It's acting on them. It's the acting on them, yeah? And we need to work out what it is in them that's broke, so that we can identify it. We can with young serial killers and stuff now. We can identify sociopaths really early, and that's what we need to be doing. We need to be proactive with it.
You're never going to be able to change it, right? And I'm going to. It's dead simple. Like, so no one can walk into your house right now, Debs, and say, right, Debs, you don't find men attractive anymore. Ignore your husband.
No, I know what you mean.
Now a lesbian. Yeah, no one in the world can do that because it's just physically impossible. Your type is men. Yeah, Rob, no one can walk into your house and say, by the way, mate, you now take sausage. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, it just isn't going to happen. So you can't walk into a paedophile and go, this is wrong, please stop doing it. You don't fancy kids. It's a sexual attraction. You're never going to change it.
Yeah, exactly.
You could castrate them and they would still be...
They still have it. Yeah, that's it. The oldest ones are the worst.
Yeah.
The old ones are the worst.
Yes.
They are, honestly. The older they are, the worse they are, because they can't do that act anymore. And it isn't just about that act; it's about control.
It's like, what's that group on Roblox? What is it? 74? Is it 742 or 747 group or something like that? Someone's going to know the name of it, but there's a group out there of these predators that are going onto Roblox, doing the normal FA stuff to kids with the words and stuff like that. But like, it's to the point where it's extreme now, where like they're finding vulnerable kids, neurodivergent kids who are leaking their addresses. You know what I mean? There's some videos of self-harm and like attempts of unalivings and stuff like that. These predators, social media has created an open door for
Right.
kids whenever they want.
It's not policed. They open an app and it isn't policed. All they have to do to get around it is put in a reporting system. But if that reporting system is only looked at by bots, on a place like Snapchat, where most things disappear within 24 hours, you've already lost the paper trail. Yeah, and it's down to the apps to change that.
But even the kids of today, like parents today, they're scared of their own kids. Like, if you walk into a kid and go, give me your phone, and that kid grows the balls to go into their school and go, my mum took my phone off me. Social worker in your life going, you're abusing your kid. You know what I mean? You could beat the drum saying I'm protecting him, who's just been targeted by a paedophile online, and they'd still say he deserves his phone. It's a human. You know what I mean? You can't even parent your own kids anymore. Like, you can't even. I remember back in the day, Mark, my nan would belt me in the street and wouldn't be a single human being that would stop and even look, yeah? I don't resent her for it. I deserved it. I was a little prick.
Yeah, you know.
You are.
Yeah, a clip round the ear. She was a ninja with a slipper, and she had some thick-soled slippers, I'm telling you. She could throw them around, right? But it's like, you can't even shout at your kid in the street. Like, kids you see parents' faces, like in a supermarket, everyone's seen this, yeah? Everyone's been in a supermarket and there's a kid volleying stuff off shelves, screaming. And you know for a fact that mum at home would openly turn around and go, "Get here, you little shit," yeah? But you can see the embarrassment in her face because she feels too scared and too vulnerable to discipline a kid in public and go, "Listen, you little brat, I will give you something to cry about." I don't advocate abusing kids, and I don't advocate even slapping kids, but just they're fearful of even
There's
saying...
nothing wrong with a stern word in a corner, right, you?
That's what I mean. But the two...
I'm telling you now,
Well,
right?
it's like I've always said. It's like I've said, and I've said this quite well. I've said it recently, and I've said it for a long time. When did the transition happen from when you're crying in a shop to your mum going, "You carry on crying, I'll give you something to cry about," or then it changed to, "Oh, if you stop crying, I'll buy you a sweet." Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when participation medals were first invented.
Yeah, it's social media, all the adverts. Like, you can remember all the adverts over TV and stuff over the years. You know what I mean? It's just slowly pushing a narrative of how you're meant to treat your kids. And social media started enforcing loads of rules. You know what I mean? They started educating kids on social services and how you can contact. Like, the last thing you want to do is tell someone like me at 14 years of age that I can ring social services, yeah? Because I'm going to cause havoc. Right. If I don't get my own way and I'm grounded, yeah, I'm gonna be stamping and screaming, saying, "I'm ringing social services." The downside is my dad would come and bounce a Nokia 720 off my head and say, "Crack on, lad." You know what I mean? I want him to take you.
You know.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's, and I don't advocate it. My upbringing was severe and extreme, right? But there was many of times where I deserved what I got. And I look back now and go, "Do you know what, Dad? Thank you." Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I was like that.
Different generation. It's a completely different generation, isn't it? I mean, I didn't have to worry about my, like, none of my nephews, like my first generations of nephews. I didn't really worry about them when they went into town or anything like that. Now I'm scared to death for Zayn that he's going to have an argument on Snapchat and someone's going to come and hurt him over a bit of snap banter, you know? It terrifies me, absolutely terrifies me.
I remember being a kid, right, and I grew up in the middle of Birmingham, right, and I moved all over Birmingham, so it's statistic, you know what I mean? It's prevalent. But back in the day, you knew who your local wrong'un was, you know what I mean? So, we used to terrorise him. Kids used to terrorise the local wrong'un, you know what I mean? But then I could travel from one side of, like, my area to a different side of my area, and you'd be playing on the street, and you'd have a random woman just come out and go, "Do you boys want a drink?" And you'd end up in a random, you know what I mean, taking some sweets and taking a drink. Nothing would ever happen. People are scared to invite kids into their house now while playing with their own kids to give them a drink. And if they do, they're instantly going, "Go and tell your mum that I've let you in." You know what I mean? And it's mad how the world's gone. Doors used to be left open for kids sitting in and out.
People have a lot to say about my upbringing
Here's a perfect.
And even now, to this day,
I've got a perfect
each
example.
and every one of my nephews, we live on a street where there's an auntie there, an auntie there, an auntie there, an auntie there, an auntie there. It's close community. Kids go in and out of each other's houses. We watch each other's kids when they're outside.
Oh, do you know how many aunties I had that weren't even aunties? My nan, like, "This is your Auntie Claire, this is your Auntie Maud." You know what I mean?
Me, my Auntie Barbara.
Yeah, you'd walk down the street and go, "That's Auntie Maud." It's not even related to it.
Mark's got a sister there, sister there, sister there.
You know,
niece
it's
there,
got bad.
nephew there.
So, yeah. See, it's mad because I remember when it's not even massively long ago. So my stepdaughter's best friend at the time when I lived in Blackpool, I saw her walking along the road going wherever she was going, and it was pissing down the rain. Now, to me, because I was brought up like that, I was like, "Kid, jump in the back, I'll give you a lift. I ain't going to let you get soaking wet because you'll end up getting ill." So I gave her a lift. When I got back home, I had her mum and dad banging on my door, screaming, shouting, "Your husband's a PDF, da-da-da-da-da." And I'm thinking, what the fudge? So then I turned around and said straight, because the police were called and everything. I turned around and said straight, I said, "All right." And so if I said to you, "Oh, I drove past your daughter whilst it was pissing down the rain," and she come back home drenched and then you'd have had a go at me saying, "Oh, well, you could have picked her up, couldn't you?" And I did, but do you know what I mean? You just cannot win either way you do it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to think second.
Do you know what I mean?
If I know exactly what you mean. You got to second think and think, I can't in case somebody looks at it skew-eyed.
It's just so frustrating.
You're either called
it's so frustrating. It's unbelievable.
Or you have a post made about you on Facebook for splashing them. You know what I mean?
Oh, mate, they got shut down instantly. All the neighbours come out and literally told them all straight, you need to jog the fuck on. Don't you ever talk about Rob like that ever again. Every single one of the neighbours around that close, because there was only about, I think, 30 houses. And I think there was about 7 or 8 of the neighbours that come out and was like, you better wind your fucking neck in, mate. Don't you ever talk about Rob like that. He's the one neighbour that if anyone needs any help, they go to him.
They just jump to assumption, don't they? That's what they do. Immediately. It's like, what do they call it? Confirmation bias.
Automatically.
Oh, I'm doing a Kev. I can't get my phone to charge.
Right, I'm going to drop down anyway because I'm going to jump down because I'm going to have a quick snout, go to the loo, and I'm going to set up my own live anyway, all right? But thank you, everybody.
I'm probably going to go outside and use what I've got left and sit outside my fire, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Hey.
I'm going to get me welly bobs on.
Right, God bless people.
Okie doke, I'll catch you later.
Take it easy, ta-da.
I've got to get my fingers.
It's not been paid today.
What have you been up to today?
Not there, but I've just been keeping an eye on Kev's kick, and he's not been paid today. I think he's done like 1 minute lives, 15-minute lives, 10-minute lives, because his internet's he's not been paid today.
Yeah, he won't get paid for that. We're like, Matt, will you give us a lift getting outside? Oh.
Yeah, I think he managed that.
Give me a lift getting outside. I think it stopped raining on it.
He did a 2-hour live this morning before he left. I think he managed an hour at a train station. So he's got 3 hours, bless him.
3 hours. All right, babe, you can come out with me now. I might as well get
a bit of time.
Yeah, I need to chill. I got a little bit of time. I got it going good, and then it started raining. So I'm living in hope.
You just need to throw some bits on.
Yeah, can I get it going? Yeah, I'll get it going there.
How many people are in here that have just sat here? The comments are going.
Oh, you're not going to give me a lift?
Yeah, he's become a modern Mikey's TikTok as well. So he sits there,
got one on you.
not talking to his followers while he's deleting comments in Mikey's TikTok because he can't handle it. Listen.
What are you doing?
He don't look like him in that ladder getting on, does it?
Oh, they faked falling out earlier. They were sat separately at a train station, and he was just shouting, repeating himself like it was your fault we got on the train, and then they walked up to each other.
It's proper cringe watching him, innit? I'm waiting for him to kiss.
Honestly, I went in there last night and they were both sat on the bed, and I said, 1 bed, 2 men, I wonder what's happening tonight, and he banned me.
It is weird, isn't it? Do you reckon he sneaked that Mikey back in last night?
100%. The OnlyFans is active, I'm telling you. I don't even want to think about it.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't think they had money for the hotels or anything. I reckon he sneaked him in and let him stay there.
Well, there's stuff coming out about that, Mikey, but I'm not running with it until I start seeing the facts behind it, because I don't join the trolls just because they start attacking someone.
Thanks, babe. It'll all play out as it should, won't it? You know, because it's going to fall to pieces.
I'm just happy Kev won't ever enter that house again. That's what I'm happy with.
What, babe? You having your churros? Is that what I can smell? Churros!
That's what I told that Jules as well, because that Jules was like, awareness has done this, awareness has done that. I was like, awareness has done fuck all. I says, we only wanted a
I'll go for a bit.
And we made him homeless.
So what I need, I just need a bit of fire and a bit of a chill and a bit of a... There we go. You can see it now.
He normally turns off on the phone, but he chewed the remote and now it's just showing fireworks on the screen. So we're just
It was, for me, it was the way he went all the way there to go on one ride on the fair.
Yeah, but they've spent all day travelling on a train now, so it's like they're travelling back. So I just think they went there for a day and travel back because they can't afford Monaco.
Yeah. So once again, hiya, Jug darling. Once again, all of his promises.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
we all knew it weren't going to happen, didn't we? We all knew that there was not going to be a yacht.
Well, people went into Neo's live, right, and actually asked him, and Neo was reading the comments, and he went, I don't even know who Mr. UK TikTok is. Like, what are you on about? Like, he openly admitted that I don't even know who this geezer is.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
He was like, Neon's going to interview me on the yacht. I was like, bro, this is hectic. At what
I reckon they'll end up scrapping before they go, before they get home. Or they'll come back to England and turn on each. There's nothing worse than going away with your mate and you come back and you fall out.
Oh, yeah, it'd be a fake drama, though, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It'll be a fake drama. It'll get out of hand, like, they'll say something and then it'll become real. Like Tuna, where he was a fake drama and then it got out of hand and she started exposing him for having historical accusations towards kids.
Yeah, you're right, innit? They're going to start slinging mud.
But, yeah. The only thing I'm annoyed about is I got that wound up this morning and I forgot about all his scamming behaviour. That's the only thing I didn't get in there with Jules.
I know what you mean. It's been a bit of a week for me. Appleby on top. So many people got arrested for nothing. And I'm not doing the normal thing of saying it was nothing. It was like full on nothing. Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't know if I'm going to go back.
To be fair, Appleby, right? I've been there personally myself and I've witnessed it and I love that. I won't ever claim to be like Gypsy or anything like that, but I love the community. I've researched it and watched the documentaries and I've been to Appleby because one of my ex-partners had a nice horse and she wanted to go. She was one of those tourists that wanted to ride in the river. But along the way, I saw some stuff that most normal people probably wouldn't be able to get to see. And to be fair, if you're going to, and I'm not going to make this religious or race, but if you're going to make like Black History Month and LGBTQ Month and all these other months, why are you not going to let this community just for one day go and have the bare knuckle boxing matches, go and buy and sell the horses, just go and have it, because go and have their traditional day. You know what I mean? Some of the geezers have travelled over 300-400 miles with a horse.
Yeah, there's loads of them have come from Ireland. They come from all over the place. My dad was a bare knuckle fighter. My granddad were a bare knuckle fighter. All of my uncles on my dad's side were fighters. They were really well known.
I drove down there and saw them all with the horse and carts on the side of the road, and I asked some of them, I was like, how long did it took you to get in? It's like, some of them were like weeks.
Yeah, you have to set off right early, especially if it's a young horse, because they've not done journey before.
I'm not going to lie, mate, when it gets to about 6, if you ever go to Appleby and you're not part of that community, right, when it gets to about 6-7 o'clock at night, just be careful what roads you do turn down. That's all I'm saying, because there is things that you're not meant to see, and they will tell you to jog on. Very friendly, but they will say, listen, don't even try to find a turnaround spot, just reverse.
Me and him usually wild, can't we? There's a few places that we're up on more where we can just jib in and people don't know we're there. Like, so that's what we did the first night, and it was torrential rain, but it was beautiful. It was lovely. And then the next day, we were camping up on the verges, and they moved us all. They were like, "No, you can't do it now. You've got to go up into campsites." But it was that wet, and it had been that torrential. You couldn't get horses up into campsite.
They've took all
it was dangerous for them. Yeah,
they took all the gold rings off them, haven't they, on the way to the thing this time? Yeah, the gold pyramid rings.
Yeah.
And everyone's saying, "Oh, they're knuckle dusters." But again, if you look into the tradition, that's a traditional ring that they wear. Like, they inherit that ring. They don't go out and buy that ring. They have to inherit that ring or earn that ring. I don't know the ins and outs of the ring, but I know it's a traditional ring.
It's the same as a road keeper or a cladder. It's a traditional thing. So, like, normally the barges, they'll have a road keeper.
But it's wrong.
It's not about. My dad had all of the rings, and I've got some of my dad's rings. And like, me mum and me grandma have the massive charm bracelet share. And the reason for it is the taxman can't take it off, you know.
That's what they've done. I looked at the picture because the police, like, they put up a photo saying we've seized 19 rings, and I thought none of them people are going to get that back. And you've got like over £100,000 worth of gold just sat in your inventory now that you're going to cash in, because they can't say, "Oh, I can have that back to Meltdown and get my cash back from." You know what I mean? And I was like, that's raving. You've just,
It's mad, isn't it? Most of my pieces are handed down now, I've got to be honest. Yeah. Because, like, me mum always put money in old gold. My dad did, he put money in old gold, and I've kind of always done the same. And I'm lucky because I've been handed down a few pieces, as have my sisters.
You're probably the only culture left that are still handing down the really old pieces of jewellery. You know what I mean? And there's some proper historical art.
Pretty. My pretties. My granddad used to take us to the horse fair. And in the beginning, when I was little, there was like 3 or 4 older than me. And then by the time I was 9 or 10, there was 6 or 7 younger than me. And he used to just pile us all on, all of us. Nobody was favourite. We all just used to get piled on. And if we didn't go with him, he used to bring the boys back, like a catapult or a spyglass or something. And he'd bring the girls pretties. He used to bring us pretties. And I still do it for my Layla. I think, I'll get her a pretty one. I mean, I don't know. I think every Briton, I've done a lot of it on my YouTube. I think anybody who walks on this island would have been travelling at some point because we didn't settle as human beings for a very long time. I think they just live in that old natural way. So you're in tune with the seasons. You know,
if I could, I'd live the life myself. But like, it's got to a point where I'm a realist. Like I weren't born into the life, and I know there's people out there that have, like, they've gone and said, "Oh, I'm now living the traveller lifestyle." I couldn't do that. I couldn't join a religion that's not mine to join because I haven't earned it. You know what I mean? Like, I love the life.
You've got to do it your own way, though, haven't you?
Yeah. I follow the morals, and I understand their morals, and I respect them. But like, I could never sit there and go, right, we can go back to it, because we can't, because we've you know what I mean? We've lost our right to by the level of disrespect that we've shown to the fellow travellers.
I don't agree with that, right? I don't agree with that in the sense of I'm a mutt, right? I'm a complete and utter mutt, and my nine's 57. Your ancestors also would have known how to light a fire outside, where the best place to camp was, where the good food would be found for the horses. It was as natural to each and every one of us before the combustion engine was made.
Yeah, but the general, I'm just speaking like...
I know what you mean, though, but you have as much right to embrace nature and live out in the wild as anyone else, really.
I'd encourage anyone to do it. I'd encourage anyone to take the shoes and socks off and just walk on grass once in a while. Even when it's raining, I'd encourage people to just go stand outside and stop being scared of getting a cold, right? Because rain it's such a healing prophet, and I believe it. You know what I mean? Like, it's such cavemen and people like that, there weren't any mental health. The reason why is because they were naturally surrounded by all these crystals that we now call people crazy for possessing. You know what I mean? Like, there's gypsy stones out there that are probably worthless to the normal human being, but they believe of the prophets that they possess. And it's true. If you're not pulling it out of the ground and you leave it where it is, the world will feed us the energy that we need.
Everything's out there that you need. Every food, every medicine, it's out there. If you need it, if you know where to go and you know where to look, yeah, it's out there. I think we had a strength, I think, back in the day when I think you had an appreciation for yourself. Do you get what I mean? Now, like, society takes all of you, everything that you're good at, they take it away, or it's wrong, or they don't want you to do it. Do you get what I mean? So, like, you can't even go out anymore and fish without a license. It's really hard to go and, like, get eel or all of the stuff, the normal stuff, like when we were kids and we get rabbits and stuff like that. It's just really frowned upon, innit? It's like people really frowned upon it. But also, rabbits are vermin to farmers. It's a natural way of life. Do you get what I mean? So it's really hard getting past the concept of that and then everything else. Like, all you ever get asked is, do you eat hedgehog? No, I've never eaten hedgehog. But I would imagine back in the day people did, because it's natural meat that's fed on a natural environment. It's the best thing in the world that you can eat. It's just our brains are trained different now, aren't they?
Squirrel is probably the nicest meat I've ever eaten. Right.
Yes, brutal. I like it. If I said that on YouTube, I would get 50 million comments, appalled comments, yeah? Meat is meat. I would much rather eat wild meat than get anything from a supermarket or a butcher any day of the week, because I know what wild meat's fed on.
Yeah, of course. And even spotting is like, people are scared to even just check out their own meat, like, and it's dead easy. If you went and caught your own animal of any kind and you opened it up and you looked at their organs and it wasn't the normal colour of organs and it's got any kind of marking,
just check the liver. Yeah, just check the liver.
It's just
most diseases go to the liver, the brain, or the tongue.
Yeah, and they're dead obvious to see because they're either bright white or they're dark, right? And if it's got anything on it, you just throw it away and then you just starve a bit and go and catch the next one. But that's where we need to be going back to, I believe. We need to get rid of money again, and we all need to be living in teepees and sharing.
I've got a teepee, not what you imagine, like an Indian teepee. I've got a teepee that's an all-weather tent, right? So it's really good for when you're up in the mountains and stuff because of the structure of it. And it's the coziest structure I've ever Kipton. I'm going to be honest, it is. We've been out in it in the worst storms in the Peak District. The lightning was literally bouncing off the floor around us. Everybody's tent got washed away. My grandson slept through it. Nothing. Because of the way that the shapes and the air all at the top, it's just all we got was a buffeting.
I have the best night's sleep camping. Like, I struggle to sleep in houses and in beds. Like, I'm
Yeah, so
struggle to wake me up, like, but I'm just tossing and turning. I don't feel refreshed when I wake up. But it's the moment you go camping, I'm out like a light.
yeah, I'm holiday tired, I call it. I say to Matt, I'm tired, I'm good tired. Yeah, I'm already tired. No, you're right. I'd much rather go to sleep in my car. Mad. I know that sounds mad, doesn't it? I'd much rather I can go to sleep quicker in my car than I can in my house.
You're surrounded by the wildlife.
There's a silence outside that you don't get in a home. And I can't describe that.
But this is where we start touching conspiracies, because if you look at towns, cities and villages, right, and then you go and look at a picture of a concentration camp, they're almost fitting images, they just don't have fences around them anymore.
Yeah. I'm losing you. You need to get closer to your mic for me.
That's why
It's getting noisy here and my ears don't work great anymore. I'm very old.
that's why people struggle to live so close to each other, because we're not meant to live next door to each other. We're not meant to have attached to each other, because Barry next door banging on the wall is an annoying cunt. Humans, like they are. Humans are annoying. Like, you know what I mean? Look at COVID, right? Everyone got furloughed. Look at the rate of divorce and relationship breakdowns, right? Because it was men and women. They were finally sitting together who had been married for 20 years, and one of them
no distractions.
One of them looked at the other and went, "You actually are a knobhead." You know what I mean? No, like, you didn't know that your partner was such an idiot until you actually finally spoke to him, because he'd been working for the last 20 years every day. And then furlough come along and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm going out of a dickhead here."
Me and him we used it to our advantage. The animals came back out, the rivers went clean, the sea went a different colour, and we just kept in the car a lot outside.
I was an HGV driver, so I was just driving around the world calling you all mad for being trapped in your houses.
That was what me and him did. We just ignored the shit out of it and just stayed away from people. But we do that anyway. I have to do that for my mental health. Obviously, I have things in my head that I don't want anyone else to ever have to have in their head. And the way that I deal with that is either humour and ridicule, or I have to. Like today, I was like, "Take me up to horses. If you don't take me up to horses, I'm going to kill somebody." So I just went up and spent the hour that I needed. Yeah, and then I'm human again. I can come back down and I can do it. I got to get up on Monday morning and do my job again, you know? So I need nature. Like, I never understood my dad and why he forced us to be out there all the time. I never got it until I realised that I had the same condition as my dad, and it was the quietness. And, like, it took me to be an adult to work that one out. Yeah, I'd rather be up on Moor any day of the week, mate. I can't do Manchester, I can't do Bolton, I can't do it.
I can't live in cities. It drives me mad.
I can't walk. I can't go for a day out. It's mental. It's like I can hear everyone's thoughts and everyone's raging and in a bad mood and like really rude to each other, and I just can't do it. It's just like.
Oh yeah, you can feel the energy of a city the moment you step into one. You can, everyone's just miserable. You know, everyone's got a bone to pick with something or someone. But it's the system again. You know what I mean? It's the system's got a mad fetish about keeping us on the edge, but then they just keep threatening what will happen if we go over the edge. You know what I mean? It's like, how long is it going to take before we actually do just go over the edge? Because the system's, they're holding us there. You know what I mean? Like, they're just keeping us on the edge, but they're just saying you can't go yet.
Yeah, fear's a good controller, innit? They use it to control you, don't they? That's what that's about. That's why every year there's an awful summer coming, heat wave. Every year, blast from the north. It's winter, summer, autumn and spring. And if you learn to live with it, it's just a natural weather pattern that the entire world has. All of like Scandinavia manage with far worse winters than us, as do the Americans and the Russians. Every year, panic story, panic story, panic story. And it's to cover something else up in the background that they don't want you to know about.
Of course it is. The one that tickles me is when summer starts and they go, today is the hottest day of the year. And then you wake up tomorrow, today is the... It's like, mate, of course it's going to be. Summer's growing. You know what I mean?
It's supposed to be every single day you get 15 minutes more of sun and the sun's closer to the earth. Ergo, it's warmer.
But again, like if we didn't have that constant moan from the news telling us how hot it is and how cold it is, we wouldn't be naturally sitting here like the Russians. They don't moan about their savage winters and their savage summers. They just crack on. Right?
Yeah, it's just weather.
Yeah, but it's because they don't have bollocks TV in their ears all the time moaning, and that's all it is. It's just TV moaning. So then you just naturally moan. We are the most miserable country on the planet, I'd say.
Hang on a minute. Norma's asking me who's Jack. In what context, Norma? I know a lot of Jacks. Yeah. That's a name. That's one of his names that he uses. Yeah.
His real name's Robert Bailey.
He's had a few, hasn't he? He's had a few aliases, unfortunately. But like, I'm going to go through the census because every 10 years, if he's in his 30s, he's got to have booked in it, you know what I mean, at least twice. There's lots of other ways that I can track him and we can keep an eye on him and see where he goes that are legal and you can't get done for. Do you know what I mean? You are legally allowed to do that. And I'm going to reach out, like, obviously I've already reached out to some emergency teams, but I think the best thing I can do going forward is make every team that I know aware of him. You know, because he's going to be coming back on and the decoys are going to run into him.
We need the awareness, but we need, and it's trying to, in a way, shut down social media, but use social media in a way to shut down social media. Not fully shut it down, but shut down the wrong ones on it. But we need like an actual place where people can go and find the content for the monetization that we need to fund what we're going to do. You know what I mean? B, make sure that we've got a trustworthy person and make sure that the page is willing to be as transparent with the transactions that the donations are going towards. You know what I mean? As transparent.
You need it. Well, for that, you need a trustee that's not in any way like, so it couldn't be me. Do you know what I mean? It has to be someone who's completely just the trustee of the money and he's trusted in that way. But there's a lot of skills that are out there. There's a lot of people I can get in touch with. Like I know a lot of journalists and stuff, and I'm quite sure I can do whatever I can, and I will do. I'll hit the ground running on Monday and do it. And I did speak to police yesterday, and I spoke to, I think I made 2 statements and sent them all of the evidence and stuff. But they won't message us and tell us what's happened with him. You know, but what we have to do is we've got to get his face out there so people know. And like, I need to write his habits down and the way that he gets into. When Mama Six his karma, she'll realise that she knows a lot of his habits. How did he get you to trust him? Because that's valuable information going forward.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for her because of how close. Like, I know how close he nearly got to her kids. You know what I mean? It's going to be chewing her up. And I'm just, like, again, I'll say it again. I'll continue saying it to her. She can't blame herself, and she needs to look at it as the universe delivered that man to her.
Yeah, sometimes your hardest situations are actually your biggest liberations. I think she'll go on to change the world, that girl. I'm serious. She's got the drive. She's got the drive. I wish I could put a ring round her and she wouldn't be able to feel all of the stuff that she's going to feel like I have for the last 20 years. But you find a way of making peace with it, because the triumphs that you have when you catch them and you know that kid's safe and they're away, that makes up for all of the other bit of it. And we'll make sure that Recoil it's not easy for him to walk around in the UK and just turn up in another town. We'll get his space out there. Yeah.
But that's what would come with the group. You know what I mean? That hopefully that level of mental health struggle that females and kids go through, that would slowly disappear. Because if we create a group and a movement big enough where women and kids are looking and going, fucking hell, we've got an army, you know what I mean, ready for us. Then and we start normalizing the conversations like TikTok now. How careful we have to be to have this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And it should be a normalized conversation, one that you can have sat at a table, or you know. So when somebody does come forward, they don't feel like they're imparting a secret, because the word secret has shame attached to it.
So I mean, these like women, I don't like using the word victim. It is what it is. These victims, they should be proud enough and strong enough to stand there and go, this is me, this is what this man did, or this
I survived this, and I got up the next day and I did what I needed to do as a human being. We don't teach people to value what they're good at. and to praise themselves and appreciate themselves. We don't teach them that. If you've survived that and carried on through life, no matter how hard life has been or what effect it's had on you, you're a survivor. You survived it, you know, you made it out somehow. And that means that strength's in there. I have an inner saboteur that tells me every day that I'm useless and I can't do anything and everything that I do is wrong. Yeah, and I have to fight that on a daily basis. And I come across as quite a confident woman. But we all have an inner saboteur.
Confident. I sat there at night time fighting their own demons. You know what I mean? We're just strong enough to get through it because trauma creates a trigger, unfortunately. But
it does.
It's not only the survival, but like the victims, they need a system that we've created, the people themselves have created, where they can say, one, I've survived it, but two, you can't come near me again. You know what I mean? Like, there's many people out there.
I've always found that once I can get them to understand that actually aphasia, you hold his future in your hand.
Yeah.
What you do next, he's sat and waited for that knock all them years. He's waited for every time his phone's rang and he hasn't recognised the number, his heart skipped a beat. You've owned him for years. And what you've got to do now is let somebody else take care of him and you carry on and do, because they don't realise that recoil will look over his shoulder every time the door goes, every time his phone rings, every time a car pulls up at the side of him. He's out of skip, yeah? He's waiting for it.
He'll pop up on social media under a different account and he'll stay faceless like I am now. And I'll make it clear to everyone. Yeah, people at the protest have met me and seen me face to face. Mum is 6 knows my face, and if anyone within the group internally ever wants to see my face, they can see it. The reason why I'm not showing my face is because of the content that I post on my TikTok. I am pissing the police off on a daily basis on my motorbike. I'm not afraid to say it, right? Kev's already gone and sent emails to TikTok saying, I know this is the M1 and I know this is part of the UK and he's break. I've had 2 strikes already. I just won't show my face to give the police the evidence that they want. If they want to fire me, they can do. It's not exactly hard, right? But like, all he'll do is he'll do what I'm doing now, stay on accounts, talking, typing, but then he'll get confident and he'll start using his voice. And when he doesn't get exposed, that's when he'll start using the filters. But he'll never show his face. That's what he told Mum was 6. Like, he didn't come to the first protest, and at the second protest, he wanted to wear a mask. And he used Mum was 6's trolls to say, I only want to wear a mask so I don't get what you're getting. And then Mum was 6, I was like, yeah, I fully get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was like that with me. I reached out to him and I said, like, obviously we're doing Battle of the Bands. You want to write a funny tune on, Kev? And he was like, I don't want to put my face on that on camera. And I went, oh, that's absolutely fine. I said, it's just that if I share it, I'll get done for copyright. So is there any chance you can just put your box on and press it? And he went, yeah, I can do that. But that's quite normal. I'm used to people who don't want to put the face on camera or put the voice on camera.
When I got to the protest, and I got off my bike, had the balaclava on, I had my Blitzed Elephant hoodie on, I let everyone know exactly who I was. And the moment I clocked that every single camera was down and I was talking to people, like Mum was 6 and like everyone else that was at the protest, out of respect, my balaclava was down. Yeah, but I was very aware of the cameras that were going on. And the moment I saw a camera go up, I told everyone that was there, if you lift a camera, just give me a nod so I can cover my face. I weren't afraid to show my face in public. I just don't want it on camera because of what I get up to personally.
Yeah, that's your choice. I mean, that's different. That's different than hiding and pretending a completely new persona. You know what I mean? A whole background that you've made and got ready, and like catfish accounts. You don't just make a catfish account. They'll make accounts like Kev does. Two catfish accounts will talk to each other to make the original catfish account look more legitimate, so that you can tag people in your photographs and people think, oh, look, it's a really legitimate. But when you've worked it a lot like me, you start to see it. You think, hang on a minute, that's clearly, this is a catfish account. And for me, there's so many of them in Kev's chart, so many of them that are pretending to be, they have a completely different persona.
There's so many accounts on Facebook. Like, there's actual, I'd call them brooming rings, right? But what they'll do is say one of them will make a Facebook account as, I don't know, a fake alias, I don't know, Barry Scott, let's call him, right? But he'll know 10 or 12 different other wrong'uns that are all in the same Telegram group. Yeah. But then it'll make them all different family members. And that's how they build Facebook profiles to make it look legit, because then they'll make a mum and dad, brother, sister, auntie, this, that, and the other. Build, you know what I mean? Then they start adding friends. It's mad and it's crazy how intelligent they actually are. Like, don't get me wrong, people like us treat them like absolute nothings because we know we can physically squash them. But we have to fear how mentally intelligent they actually are. You know what I mean? Like, we are intelligent people, but these people are sociopaths, 100%. Their IQ levels.
Yeah, the predators like foxes. You got to think of them like a coyote or like an African like dog. Do you know what I mean? We try and put human feelings onto them, and they don't have human feelings. No. They don't have them, right? I mean, they don't. They can do it. They know how to kind of present as they're doing that, but they don't have empathy. That victim to them he's just a plaything. It's just a toy. It's just something that, you know, they can use and throw away. So you can kind of spot it in a predator, can't you? You can think, he's watching that kid. I can see that he's watching that kid. And like, I can't walk away from it. I can't.
That's where social media has become so dangerous, because back in the day when we didn't, like, we had the Nokias and Snake and all that stuff, and it was just text and phone calls. But back in the day, physical eyes on physical people, and like adults and like mums and dads, they weren't afraid to linger around in a park or even question a bloke if he was kidless around an area where there was kids. But social media's took a set of eyes off the kids. Parents are too naive to check the license. They can't be arsed, let's be real. You know what I mean? They can't be arsed to check what the kids doing. They'd rather just wait.
Sorry.
So it's took a level of eyes off what's going on. You know what I mean? This social media, it's taken that level of protection from people like us, because we're not in these private chats with these wrong'uns, and we're never going to get into these private chats because they're very aware that we're here. So it's my dad
spent his life hunting him. My dad and my uncle spent their life hunting him, literally hunting them. Yeah, and that. So I know that there are good people out there. There are people out there. But you hear it all the time. People say, "Well, you never would have thought it." I've lived next door to him for years, and I thought he was a lovely neighbour.
I was part of a
you know how many people say that about a serial killer?
Yeah, I was part of a sting team that we weren't on camera. We were doing what they were doing with the decoys and going and meeting up with them. And I won't say any more, but like even that got to the point where we were exposing our own team. You know what I mean? And it's just like that. They're everywhere. You know what I mean? I was working with guys that were going out and causing harm to these people, and then like 2 years later, we're exposing them. It's mad. Like the level of confidence that they've got, that they think they can actually run with our movements and run with our emotions. You know what I mean? And they'll run and carry on running, but side by side of us. They'll fight our battles and risk their own safety and freedom for us until they get exposed. And I don't know what it is that they're gaining from it.
Trying to protect themselves.
I think it's about importance and power and getting one over on you. And look how clever I am, you know. But you think about it, they're in the highest echelons of society, all the way down to the dregs of society. There isn't a type. There isn't, you know, a particular type that you can look for. I once sat down, I was with my mates one day, and I said, you know what? I'd watched one. We got hold of one in Blackpool. He was staying in Blackpool with his uncle, who was called Paul, and he did all the normal excuses. He wasn't me, my phone's been hacked, someone's at me email, to the point where he went through them all, and the guy says, look, I've got your voice on the voice note, and he said, my voice has been hacked. So I sat there and I said to my mate, right, I'm going to write down every excuse I've ever heard of them, and I got it to 51 excuses that they always give, like the typical repertoire of, my friend must have put it in my phone, I thought she was 17, it's somebody trying to set me up, it's my ex-girlfriend.
The app says 18, you know what I mean? It's
yeah. Honestly, it was 51 regular excuses that they use, including, that's not my voice, that's AI. That's not me on that video. That's your fucking face on that video. No, it's not. It's been doctored.
But AI, but again, this is where we need to be concerned as well, because AI is getting to the point where that actually will be real. You know what I mean? There will be people like me and you that are having to answer ourselves to real life looking videos going, that is you, and we're going, I promise you now it's not. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's getting dangerously scary. You know
it's been doctored. You can listen to somebody speak and put it into an AI, and it'll sing an entire song in their voice.
Yeah, it's mad.
You know, they will use it to shield themselves, but they are in every single walk of life. So nobody should ever feel bad about being fooled, because that's what they do. They train for it. It's from the moment that they realise that they have that predilection, They train to be the best at it that they can be, you know, and that's what we're up against. And then you've got people thinking, "No, it's not right." I'm shocked that I've been fooled. Of course, you've been fooled. Women have married men like that. You know, we have priests like that. We have soldiers like that. We have doctors, politicians like that. There's no red flag. They don't walk around carrying a board telling you what they are.
You've heard
You know?
wives drawing stings, try and defend them purely out of like the amount of shock that's been delivered to them in that moment. Their whole world's just been turned upside down, and the only thing they can do is defend the man that they believe they love. I mean, you hear it yourselves, but it's making a group.
Not my son. Not my son. She led him on. Not my son. My son wouldn't do that. She's led him on. She's led him on. I bet she's off a council estate. That was one of the worst one I heard. She's led him on. I bet she's off a council estate. Your son's a middle class pervert, love.
But this is why. But this is why I don't agree with stings. I do, but I don't agree with some of the lives because, like we're aware of how humans react in certain situations, and one, we shouldn't care about how the predator reacts, but what we should care about is that wife or that mum or that sister or whoever, they're going to react out of pure instinct in that moment. Yeah. They've got random people at their house saying this person's done this. They've blown the world upside down. They believe it. You can hear it in the voice, but all they can do is defend the person that they believe they love. But what these live stings are doing in the process is making a load of people who are sheep, again back to the sheep mentality, they've watched a sting approach a house, now they're going to go and copy them. But all they're going to do now is go and brick windows and egg a house of a woman that they believe is defending that predator. And it's not. She's just reacting on instinct because there's now 3 random men at your house with cameras going, this guy's a nonce.
Yeah, there are other people in the house. It might be a grandma who lives there, a granddad, kids, you know, young children. You can't go taking it to people's house unless you know exactly who's in there. And honestly, you shouldn't be taking it to anyone's door. Everybody has an habit. They all got shot. Wait fucking there and do him there. Take it away from the house if you can, kind of thing. But like, I worked one case once, you know, and they went in and his bed was covered in shit, human shit. It was everywhere. It was as they were interviewing him, it was on his shirt, it was on his face, it was on his legs, it was in his bed, it was up the walls in the house.
You see it in prison. Like, you see these people, not so much the first time I went in, because that was almost 10 years ago, and that was proper prison. There was proper geezers walking the land, and you couldn't even stop and talk to a screw without being called a grass. You know? Like, it was proper. You had to understand where you stood. But the second time, like, they're walking the landing. You know what I mean? Woman beaters, kiddie fiddlers, they're walking the landing. People know what they're in for and they're just letting them walk the landing. But like, because they're that mentally gone. So all they're doing now is they're just mentally destroying these wrong'uns in prison. They're not hurting because they can't be asked to jeopardise.
Yeah, with dog fights and all that, they get them doing. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So they just mentally break them. So they're walking around like scrounging through bins because they're on diet and they're not getting food from the servery or anything like that. But they just.
What did they say? Didn't they say 5% of the population will make it to the top as the wrong'un? Yeah, 5% of the population are probably psychopathic. Somebody interesting, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, that's what they did. They used to do experiments on rats and stuff, and it always came up as the top 5 rats would make it out. And society's the same, you know. There are predators who prey on predators isn't there?
Yeah. But Rogers, I'm going to change the subject rapidly, but I'm going to educate you a little bit on Michael Jackson, and I think you should do the same when you come off this live. Yeah, if you go and watch what the media put out about Michael Jackson, and you go and watch the doctored interviews and how they've clipped and they've chopped it, then you can portray Michael Jackson as a wrong'un. But if you go and watch the full interview and you go and watch Michael Jackson as a person, Neverland is exactly what we are trying to do now in a new world. He was genuinely protecting kids. All these victims that they claim he has, they've got every single one of them now could come forward and say, yes, he did that. He's dead. You can't touch him. But even to this day, Macaulay Culkin and all these other kids that he was protecting are still sat there to this day going, he has not done anything to me. Michael Jackson was stripped of his childhood from a very young age.
Yeah.
And all he was doing was he was reliving. He had enough money to just relive his own childhood. Yeah. You know what I mean? He built himself a theme park. I'm not going to lie to you. If I had the money to build myself a theme park and wake up every day and do a backflip on a roller coaster, I'd fucking build a theme park. You know what I mean? And
I'd have a caravan in the field. I'd have a caravan in a field full of horses.
There you go. I'll do it. Any real man, if they've got the money and they've got a little passion, you know what I mean, to build something, they're going to do it. And all he wanted to do was protect the kids around him and from Hollywood. Listen to his songs, listen to his interviews, listen to how quickly they silenced him, because he was exposing Hollywood for what it was. He wasn't invited to parties. He wasn't invited to the big meals or the fancy award ceremonies. You know what I mean? He was very rarely there because he was exposing Hollywood for what it was.
There's always going to be that, you know. There's always going to be people that will blacken your name for no reason because they want to blacken your name.
Epstein Island didn't even exist, right? And Michael Jackson was warning us about these kind of places that were already around within Hollywood itself. You know what I mean? He was trying to warn us.
I was a young mum with kids back then. I missed all of it. I'm going to be honest. I was a single mum. I had 2 kids to raise. I was working. I had a mortgage to pay for. So I don't remember much of my 20s. I'm going to be honest. Yeah. Just trying to pay the bills and stuff. So I've never really looked too much into it. But it was the same way that they tried to, when Tina Turner first came forward after what Ike had been doing to her, they tried to make her the bad guy. She should have kept quiet. She shouldn't be speaking about it in public. He was beating her fucking snot out of her on a daily basis, beating babies out of her and everything. And they made her the victim. Not the victim, she was the wrong one for coming forward.
It's the easiest way to stain the name and silence it, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, it's just easy to create a hate campaign against Michael Jackson and get so many people going, he's a wrong un, so then all the herd mentality, right? Buck Rogers has not done any research on Michael Jackson, clearly. Otherwise, he wouldn't be sitting here saying this. He's just following a herd mentality, and it's gone on for that many generations. It's gone on for now that people just naturally say Michael Jackson's a wrong un. You know what I mean? Like his dad, mate. His dad. Yeah, it's mad.
That was a monster, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's mad. His dad was the same colour as him. Yeah, they were both black African men. Yeah, and his own dad bullied him for being black to the point that he made himself white, mate. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to disagree. He was a very weird character. Yeah,
I've seen that before. You know, there's a cult called Kabbalah. You might have heard of him last year. They went to they decided that these 3 Africans went and put a tent up in Jedburgh in Scotland and declared the land as their own. I've seen videos of that woman just ripping her own daughter to pieces. Look in the mirror. Look how dark your skin is. Why isn't your skin beautiful like mine? Look at you. This is why boys don't want to date you. Just tearing her to pieces, you know, to feel better about herself. Just a vain old woman that she's old, and she literally gave her daughter to her husband when she was 17.
It's raving, but like it's just easier to just tarnish the people's names that are willing to tell the truth. You know what I mean? We're about to face. You've already faced it. You know what I mean? Your husband's getting it because they can't affect you and can't get a rise out of you. I'm about to get it. You know what I mean? My followers have gone from 500 to 620, and I know at least fucking 20% of them are absolute trolls. Are about to against me, but I don't care. You know what I mean? I said it in.
No, I don't care.
I said it in G Cruise live, and I'll say it in this live, and I'll say it to any troll that's listening. I am not social media friendly. I am here exposing predators, and I'm here protecting kids. If I ever see the name of my street, the postcode, or even the town that I live in,
it gets personal then. Yeah.
If anyone ever posts any of that in the comments or ever says it, I turn this phone off and I sit and wait. And if you turn up, it's a completely different ballgame. I'm not going to sit here like Kev and go, I'm ringing the police, and it doesn't happen. The phone gets turned.
Same. Threaten me with what you want. You threaten me with doxing, and I'll go outside and dox my own address, right? Threaten me with whatever you want. It won't matter me. It won't stop me, because they're not what's important to me. I'm blinkered, mate. I am blinkered. I know what I want. And all of that's just about miscommunication. That all could have been sorted out in normal human conversation. But I've never had anybody come into my inbox and say, hiya, Debbie, is there any chance that, no, it's like you this and you that and you're mod this and that. And I just think, I'm not engaging with people like that. It's petty. There's so much going on in here that I have to deal with. I ain't got time for that shit. Sorry, and neither is he. They didn't do it. He was nursing his mum. He had to nurse his mum. He found out the day that there was nothing they could do. And it wasn't like she'd been ill or anything. She was absolutely fine. and she had a bad chest infection and it wouldn't go, and they took her to hospital and they told him that day it were everywhere, and he had to watch for 12 weeks while she withered away, while he ripped the shit out of him and said he was sleeping with his grandson, and he'd been in prison for beating all women up, and just the stuff that they come at me. He's like, he's mourning his fucking mother. What's wrong with you all? And I had to keep it in. And I think that's why I lost it so much today. Because I remember how hard, and it's still hard for him. Still hard for him. You know, it's his mum. He loves his mum. And then they're saying those kind of things about him.
Yeah, they're horrible people, man. Like they try and blame us and like tarnish us with who they are as people, and they try to call us trolls. But the one thing that people need to understand is a troll isn't making any serious moves. They're just there to just antagonise and rage bait anyone that wants, right? And then the moment that they get the reaction that they want, they then start calling us the trolls. But you've got to understand, we were at the protest. Deb's been doing stuff in the background for absolutely years on this geezer, and she'll continue. The moves are proof of what we are doing, so we can't be trolls. Also, I'm going to create a bit of controversy. Is that the real Vegas Brit in the comments?
Well, I don't know. I can't answer that, can I?
Is that Mark?
Vegas has always been fine with me. That's why I've never had a problem with him. You're saying yeah. But even if you say yeah, we can't believe you, can we? We need a secret code, don't we?
Right.
I treat people how they treat me, right? And Vegas has always been fine with me. Yeah, he's never done to me what them lot done.
That's fine. And I'm going to create
and I'm not going to judge him on what's gone on with him and other people, because I wouldn't have that about myself. I just wouldn't. I'd be like, no, you're not judging me on the word of somebody else. You know, why can't you, speak to me and see what I'm like as a human being? But you never know who's the real person on this app.
I do have to say this though, with the conversations that we have been having, and it looks like it might create a bit of controversy in the comments, and I hope that we don't fall out when I say this. I stand with Tommy No-Neck and what he said about Vegas Brit. We can't be sitting here talking about the protection of kids and women. And I fully get that he's not done anything to you, and this is nothing personal to you, Debs, yourself. I support everything you're doing. But there is still evidence within the app of Vegas Brit being abusive towards women, making indirect and direct threats towards women. You know what I mean? It's been proven that he's called Alan, you know what I mean, himself, pretending to be Peabody, this, that and the other. He'll deny
Honestly, I don't want to have a conversation about another content maker in my life. That's none of that's anything to do with me. I know what you're saying.
I get that, and that's why I'm just going to brush over it and not really push the conversation itself. But I just have to say that if we are going to sit here and try and create a movement where we are going to expose everyone, we have to expose everyone. So I get that he's not done anything wrong to you, and the evidence isn't as strong yet. And as Tommy said, the knock's coming. You know what I mean? The evidence is building.
If he was, I'd deal with him in the same way. I'd deal with him in exactly the same way, right? And like, I understand 100% what you're saying. Tommy and Vegas have got history. Yeah, they've got history. Let's put it like that. It's the politest way I can put it. I wasn't around for any of that. I was not around for any of it. And for me, because I was targeted by predominantly Anne in the beginning, simply because of Vegas. I didn't even know who Vegas was. If people hadn't come to me and started going on about how bad he was, I wouldn't have had any clue who he was. You know? So it's like, I feel like I've been led into a civil war that I had no knowledge of or no understanding of.
It's not a civil war, and I'm gonna say it, and I genuinely believe that Tommy No-Neck and Lord Rob and everyone else will think this way. I'm not going to sit here and try to push your opinion on it, and I have every faith that when the other evidence does land and it's black and white in front of you, I have every faith you'll treat this case the exact same way you've treated every other case. So I have all respect that as of now, you've got no evidence in front of you to hold the opinion, and I'm not going to sit here and carry on the conversation because it isn't fair on you to have that opinion forced upon you. Vegas, I'm not going to sit here openly and go, you've done this, you've done that. It's not your conversation to have as of yet. I'm just letting the comments know that, like Tommy said, the knock is coming.
I just think, as it stands at the moment, you're right. If I saw evidence on Vegas that proved to me the things that people were telling me, then yeah, I would act on it completely but as I would on anybody else. If I had it on Tommy, I'd act in the same way, you know? But I'm the same. It's like, I have a few grinds with Tommy where I think Tommy laughed at all those photos that they were putting out there about Kev's mum, right? My ma shouldn't be, nobody's ma should be getting dragged into anything. But he sat and he laughed about him, and then he got annoyed when it happened to him. And for me, I was like, yeah, but you sat and you laughed about it. So it's not, you can't just say like, oh, it's all right to laugh about awful images on Kev's mum, but not my mum. So it kind of goes across the board for me. Each and every person that's on here trying to get rid of Kev and whatever, there's things about them I like and things about them I don't like, and I just accept that that's how they are. You know? Does that make sense?
Fully get that. And again, I'm not going to push the opinion onto you because it's not fair to do so. I hope that people in the comments now that understand what I'm talking about are probably trying to fill your inbox with the evidence. If not, when I come off, I will send you what I'm aware of. And if that's enough to steer the opinion, fair dues. If it's not, fair dues. It's not going to change the relationship we formed and the movement that we're forming to get Kev off this app and the wrong'uns off this app.
No, I mean, I'm more than happy to look at it. It's just, I'm just like that. I'm just like, I'm
the same, but
I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it in, do you know what I mean, in words. All I can think about me at the minute is that fucking Recoil and Kev. Yeah, it's like Recoil and Kev. So my head's kind of stuck on that, yeah. My obsessive thoughts are stuck on that. So that's just what I'm thinking. I'm just going to sit here and have a brew, and I'm going to let my thoughts clear, and then I'm going to think about it for a few days and see what happens going forward, you know. I've got people in my inbox apologising to me whilst they sat on a live stream slagging me off. So it's really hard for me to trust people.
Yeah, it's
you know. Yeah, you'll get that more than most people. It's really hard for me to trust them.
I don't trust no one. Like it is hard to trust people. You know what I mean? But it's I'm like Tommy and Rob. You know what I mean? The passions that like they're that much more like Tommy. You know what I mean? We're there like we're coming after everyone. So it's hard for the people that are just focusing on like Recoil and Kev. You know what I mean? Because like you've got other people in the background going right. Everyone's getting it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just saw his name and saw everyone going, "Oh, you're at Vegas," and I'm just because I am who I am and I've seen it with my own eyes. I don't want anyone else to follow my.
No, I know, but I want you to be able to come on. I want Vegas to be able to come on. I want people from opposing sides to think that when we go into Debbie's, yeah, I can speak my mind. I think because they do so much dirty deleting and that person's not allowed in that live and that person's not allowed in that live, I just think as long as you act like adults over here, I don't mind. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Vegas could request now and we could have a full-on debate and there wouldn't be any screaming, shouting or threats coming from my mouth. I'm a very mature man and I can hold down the conversation. You know what I mean? And if anyone ever wanted to sit there and defend their name, crack on, because I'm the first person to sit there and say don't talk about someone unless they're there to defend themselves.
Yeah, that's me. I think that's what I'm like. I'm going to get Mark to do me a brew, actually. Yeah. I'm tired. I'm getting tired. I can feel it. I think it's the stress and I've not slept for the last couple of nights thinking like, have they let him out? You know, has he run to another town and people don't know? Has he gone back to his mum's? Like, what would I do? What would I do in his position? Where would I go? So I think I've been living on fumes for the last couple of days, you know? So yeah, I'm not ready for a Vegas Blitz showdown. I'm going to be honest. Is it all right for you, Blitz, if I drop you and then I can get me brew and just chill out for 20 minutes with me?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Brilliant. But I'm honest. I'm going to be dead honest with you. You send it me and I'll look at it in the same way that I'd look at anything else. Yeah. That's how I am. Let me see if I can get him to do me. But can you disconnect? 'Cause I never know how to do it.
Right.
I never know how to do it. I'm going to chuck another log on there and get Mark to do me a brew. Another log on, I think, now I've got the chance. I need to have a conversation with the owls and the bats. I reckon that'll see me. It has been a bit of a roller coaster, you know, and I'm trying to do my absolute best to stay as impartial as I can, you know. But it's a lot. I've had a lot on my mind, let's put it like that. But I just think, for me, I'm like Mama Six as well. I feel bad that I've been fooled, you know, and I think, Jesus, Deborah, if anyone should have spotted him, it should have been you. But Blitz raised a very important point. There are even teams out there that work in this that have to expose their own. And anybody who follows the teams will say she's right. They even infiltrate that far. Some of them have led teams, like literally led teams, and they've been the pred all along. There's decoys out there who join to be a decoy because then they can have that conversation. So it's like everywhere you look, if you get what I mean. Yeah, definitely. The saddest thing is some of them are wolves in wolves' clothing. Like, it's like looking for a particular piece of hay in a haystack. That's how hard it is sometimes to spot them. But they put themselves in positions of trust. That's what they do, you know. It's just, it's I don't know, it's a lot on your mind, isn't it? And I like, it is for me. It is for me, it's a lot on my mind. No, I'm not having any, Vegas, honestly, I can't. My mind will just go if there's any more aggro or, yeah, I can't. I just can't. I lie, and like I said, didn't I? No, don't do that while he's not here. Yeah, it's not right, and it shouldn't have been raised, really. It's mad, innit? It's absolutely mad. Yeah. Sometimes I just think you can get bogged down on this app. I think that's what it is, Matt. I think it's, I mean, I didn't have a lot of conversations with him, don't get me wrong, we weren't pally or anything, but we had conversations about like Kevin and what the awareness do and stuff like that. So you feel like you're getting to know somebody online, don't you? You know? And then wham, there he is. But I didn't know about Gremlin or I didn't know about any of that. I wasn't aware of it. So I didn't know until I wasn't even online. I think it was about 11 o'clock when I come online and found out, like the day after. It was one of the Red Rose ones I pred as well. See, that's what I mean. It's like they infiltrate everything. You know, it's what they do. They do it so they can get close to people and use that. They'll look for single mums. They'll look for a way into anything, you know. And it's just really hard. I don't think the police have the resources to deal with it. I think there should be a special force set up just for that. Just dealing with that kind of, because online, I mean, it takes probably millions in resources in what they have to do online with data, you know, digital forensics and things like that. But yeah, I just thinking, I'm so glad I've got this fire and I can have a think. I just need to have a think, and I can't go up top. You can hear cars, can't you? They're doing me head. I'm not going up the lobby on them fucking balloons that they go up there and have, or whatever it is. I'll go up tomorrow morning and move all canisters off them all. I would, Suze, but I don't know how much more I've got in me, girl. I do this every now and again though, and I think, can I keep doing this? And then someone else will get in touch with me and I'll be like, I'll have to. I'll just do this one, and I'll just do this next one, and I'll just do this next one. I didn't think I'd ever be doing it forever, you know, but how do you walk away from it? My mum said I should have been a copper. My mum said, that's what my mum said. My mum said, you should have been a copper, Deb. You'd have been a good copper. Maybe so. A bit late for it now, and they won't want me now. But like, at the end of the day, I'll find him. He'll be out there somewhere. I'll find him. He'll be joining local groups. He'll be joining groups that are putting things up about fun fairs and local fetes and sports day at schools. He'll be in there somewhere, and he'll drop a bollock again like he did this time. He got cocky. And when they get cocky, they get complacent, don't they? No, Drew, I've probably not seen him, darling. I come on about 7:30, and I've been on since then. And I had a lot of messages when I come off the other live, and I needed to go and decompress. It's just, being fooled's not a mistake, is it, you know? That's what he set out to do. That was his objective, was to fool people so that he could get to talk to them and talk to the children, and that's exactly what they do, you know? He's not up. Major's not up on the field at the minute. Depends on who's in. Depends on who's in at the minute. Because obviously they take him to horse fairs and everything, don't they? So he's not here at the minute. She's a little fella ponies. But they do. As soon as he get Major on safe, I'll get Major. I've got video of him somewhere where he's doing it. Yeah, when I pop up on, because Mark reminded me about it, but I can't find it. But yeah, I will. If he's there, I'll know he's there. He's the biggest horse in the field. He's massive. That's like a big dray. I'd ride him though. I'd ride him though. I wish I could ride little ones as well. I want to take you to Akron Village and all. Akron Village is an actual unicorn. It's not, right? It's not. They have a communal Shetland pony that's completely white, and it just roams Akron Village, and it's beautiful. And you can just sit on the bench and it comes up and talks to you. So I want to take you out and show you that. I'm all right. I'm okay. I've had a bit of a stressful few days and fucking trolls and awareness and the whole 9 yards. It's just ridiculous, and I'm not getting bogged down in it again. Yeah, I don't care now. I'm not getting bogged down in it again. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't trust anyone enough. People are messaging me and saying this and messaging me and that, and I don't mean you guys. I mean, just people, and I don't know who to trust. I don't know what's the karma, but... Ta, babe. I wonder what we're celebrating. What's the date? 4th of July? No. It's 6th of June?
Yeah, 6th of June.
Might be a wedding. Saturday and it could be a wedding. Babe, you took me a lighter? Yeah, someone's birthday. They don't like me, won't they, doing it before next rain comes? No, it hasn't caused friction at all. I'm fine, honestly. I'm just doing my thing that I normally do, where I'm like, I'll sit here and stare at my fire for a bit. Thank you. "58-year-old to grandson at 6. I've got a granddaughter who's 20. Try that. 20. Nano. Granddad. And then I've got him who's about to be 13. Oh, thank you. He's taller than me now. As I can see my mum, and he's taller than me mum. Yeah. But I don't want to, that's what I mean. I want to share pictures of my family, and I know what the trolls will do with them. It's not fair. I want to be able to show all of the nice places that I take my kids to, and I can't, because I know they'll get them and make them into awful AIs or Opal accounts and use them as profile pictures. It's not right. It just isn't right. I could understand it if I was a Kevin. Do you know what I mean? If it was ripping people off and like demanding people send me money, and I get it then, but I don't understand what's so bad about me. Like, what am I doing that's so fucking bad that you'd have to go around making stuff up about my husband? My Layla saw them posts, you know, Suze. As did me saying those things that were said about the granddad. My girls are raging. I had to sit on him. He's the dad. You know? And they didn't just say it about him. They said I was doing the same thing and I'm not allowed around children and all of that. Yeah. You do a DBS check on me if you want. It's like I didn't leave YouTube because I was demonetized for like bullying a kid. That's absolute nonsense. I get paid from YouTube on the 25th of every month. Whether I make a video or not, you always get paid out between the 24th and the 28th by, you know, AdSense. So like, yeah, what have I done that's so wrong? Like, earn my own living, not ask people for anything. I'm not conning charities and screaming at me dad and being appalling to people in the street. I don't do any of those things. So I don't see why I have to... People need to be made aware of me. In what sense exactly? If you're saying that your awareness and my life's out there online, so you get to critique it, that's one thing, that's critiquing. But that doesn't mean that you can step over the line and like do stuff to my children. And shove your nose in where it doesn't belong and go piking me other thingies. That says more about you as a person than it does about me. Yeah, making comments on my marriage and stuff like that. So what do? Do I hide the fact that I'm married? Do I come offline to make him better? Do I give in to them and go, right, okay, I'll run away? No, I refuse to do that. I'll dig my feet in harder. And if you hadn't come for me in the beginning, I probably would have done about 6 weeks on Kevin and fucked off. Today, after they'd apologised, apparently, I started it. Okay, that's just another way of saying, so what happens, that's, you know, it's not our accountability, and she started it. Right, okay. I also didn't join in on it, and I offered about 12 months. I'll let you say what you want to do, what you want, do live shit. The whole, now I'm sick of talking about them. They do me fucking head in. They do me head in. They're not even that important, are they? Yeah. Kev's gonna ponce around. I bet you got a roasting for defending me. You're not allowed to defend me, are you? And nobody else is allowed to be right. And like, why should you have to defend me? What have I done? I'll give you a couple of examples, right? When the court docket went up, that they were going to court that morning, I got screaming awful messages off a certain person who I'm not going to name. It's not even him in that court. He's not done this, he's done that. It was him in that court. And then when I put the docket up off the door, I got a screaming message off the same person saying it was AI and it had all been made up, and it wasn't. But I never got an apology, and a video didn't go out saying, well, actually, she didn't lie. Actually, there is an ASBO and the ASBO is legit. None of that ever happens. They just concentrate on stuff that they don't like that I do. So if I hadn't put it up, I'd have been wrong, because then I'd have been sitting on information for clout. And because I did put it up, I was in the wrong. But I was contacted by the person who did the video, and I had their permission to share it. And I didn't know that Rob was going to go down till the next day. But I knew that I didn't know whether I could just put it out there, like, with it being a police document. I didn't know if I'd get it done. So for me, when Rob went down and corroborated it for me, that's when I put it out. And you could see, obviously, there's a whole channel there that did it before me, who were actually there, the actual heroes who spotted it on the door in the first place. So we wouldn't have known, because Kevin wouldn't have told us. We wouldn't have known, you know. So I don't see in any of that what I did wrong. I didn't organise the protest. I didn't go to the protest. I didn't have anything to do with the protest. Yeah. And I still got it in the neck. So if you think that's confusing for me, how confusing do you think it is that they've gone for my husband? Because he doesn't have social media. He isn't Deborah Hartswell or Tinker Deb. He isn't doing the things that they're annoyed at me about. So how confusing do you think that is in my brain? That they would do that. They would drag my children in and drag my husband in. And I can't get my head around it. I just can't get my head around it. I just keep thinking, what have I done? What have I done that's so bad? Yeah, that I deserve it. Like, deserve being doxxed and put in danger. I don't understand what I did that was so bad then, that you'd allow me grandchildren and me and my kids to be in danger. What did I do that was so bad? What charity did I rip off? What vulnerable person did I hurt? You know, what outrageous crime did I commit to be this pariah, in all honesty? Yeah, I would imagine. Are they putting it on, Graham? I would imagine they're putting it on. But they need money, the pair of them, they're skint, aren't they? I might have a watch of it later when I get out of the bath. But yeah, they'll have to come up with some stunt. I hope it's real. I don't think he's looked up Michael Barry's past. He might be in for a bit of a shock if it really does kick off. Yeah, it'll be for views, won't it? To get more money in and stuff. Couple of beggars, innit? Trying to get around Europe on as cheap as they can. Oh, it's always about the money with Kevin, isn't it? That's what I mean. So what am I supposed to do then as a content maker? Am I supposed to stage arguments with my husband? Am I supposed to do all of that shit that CLA does and Ems does and the rest of him? Or is it okay to just be myself online and say, I don't care what you say about me. I'm not hearing it anymore. I'm not interested. I don't understand it. It's really confusing for me. You know, and I'm not going to keep running it round in my head trying to work it out because it's not normal behaviour. It isn't. If it was normal behaviour, I'd have come across it at some point in my 60 years. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do my own thing. If they don't like, they're good. I've not done anything. I've not ripped anyone off. I've not robbed anybody. I've not bullied anyone. I've not done any of the shit that they accuse me of, right? And I get it anyway. I get it in the neck all the time anyway, right? So I might as well just do my own thing because no matter what I do, some fucker out there is going to find a problem with it. Yeah? So I don't care. Find a problem with it. I'm not interested. But as it stands at the minute, right, if you're still going on about something that happened years ago, and I wasn't around for that, if you're still having a go at me over that, that is what you class as systemic targeting. If you're still doing live streams because my mod said something over a year ago and you continuously do them all the time, you need to have a look at yourself about that. Because a million people have said stuff about me and I just let it go right over the top of my head. Why are you so affected by it? And then to kind of like, oh, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to do a live stream and say it's your own fault anyway. All right, okay. Let's do that then, eh? So I don't want to team up with anyone. I don't even know if I want to be part of an organisation, I'll be honest. Not after the way I've been treated. Yeah, I don't think I want to do. And honestly, I don't know. That's the first time it's come to me head. Like, do I want to do it? Is it worth it to me? To just keep bringing him, getting him dragged over at Coles? Or do I just do what I've always done and just lone wolf it? I still got to go to work Monday morning. So what I'm going to do, Aldo, it's all I can do. Yeah, it's all I can do. Because I've sat there and I've watched people laugh alongside him. Yeah, and then them people will come in my lives or big me up or say, oh, she's mint. And I think, you was laughing about me. I don't know how to trust those people now. Hi, Jamie, darling. I do get that, Julie, but you get what I mean? It's really hard for me to trust people anyway. But now it's like, who do I trust? Everybody's got a problem with everybody else, and apparently that fits into me somehow. Does that make sense? It's like, I don't have a problem with anyone. It's other people's problems with other people that bring drama into my lives, into what I do, into my private life. None of it's because of something me and Mark's done. It's always because somebody else is annoyed with somebody else and I collaborated with them or I've sat and talked to them or it's always about that. And I just don't get it. I'm just going to put myself where I need to put myself. I would imagine so, blessed. I would imagine so. There's a lot of us feel like that. I feel like my feet are in quicksand, my mouth's taped up, my hands are tied up behind my back. But I still got that adjective. There's still people I'm going to have to out this week. I don't mean on TikTok. I mean, like, I still got stuff to do. I got to turn my brain off Monday morning and do it, you know. I can't be worrying about TikTok shit. I can't. I've said all along, right, I'm not part of any group. They called me awareness when I did Kabbalah, and that was real awareness, right? That was a cult that at least 10 children had been harmed because of, and most of them had ended up in social services care. I didn't mind carrying that name then. I didn't feel like I was awareness. I just felt like I was using the skills that I'd learned from YouTube. Hi, Mr. Byrne. To help track these people down and you know, what social services department to get in touch with and all of the stuff. So that case was over, obviously, but in October, because they were arrested and evicted. And it was probably I don't know. That's where the word awareness would have come from, right? So when I've come over and I started talking about Kevin's stuff, it's like, you're not awareness because you've got gifts on. You're not awareness because of this. You're not awareness because of that, you know. And then I watch what some members, not all members, some members of awareness are like, and I'm thinking, yeah, and I'm not. I'm definitely not, because I don't understand how doing that to someone's mum gets a predator offline. And I still fell for it for a really long time. But I could have done with help in the beginning. I think it would have been so much nicer if people would, like, approach her in a nice way, you know? And then you can find out this information. But, I mean, I'll repeat it. What have I done to Hayes? What have I done to Hayes? I've not put any videos out on her. When I've mentioned her on a live stream, I've apologised. I don't understand why she puts video after video after video after video out about it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But I'm not going to do anything about it other than report him. Yeah, I'm not giving it any of my time. I've got far more important things that I need to be concentrating on. That once somebody thinks about me, yeah. Like, I lost it today because I had enough. I just had enough. I was just like, I'm sick to death of it. They're all sat around arguing. Those boys that Robert got to, yeah, the people he was going to, you know, that's where my brain is. How many other women has he spoke to online? How many other, you know, people don't know who he is or what his past is? The guy pretended to have brain cancer. So he's clearly very manipulative, isn't he? You know, so I'm quite sure he's already got fingers in other pies and irons in other fires. They always have a backup victim, always. But honestly, right now at this minute, I'm watching me fire and I just don't care about any of it. I've had a gut full of it. And clouds matching my mood. I mean that in like an end, kind of like pulling the death card. It doesn't mean that you're going to die. It means new beginnings. People get frantic when they get the Iron Man or they get the death card, don't they? It doesn't mean that. It means an end of one thing and the birth of something else. So I've said it a million times. I've tried saying a million times, like, just make what you want, do what you want. I'm not going to take no notice of it, but you take it to the extreme, so I have to. Yeah, you put my life in danger. You put my kids' lives in danger. You tried to break my marriage up with my husband. Because that's why you did what you did. You tried to imply that we had family intimacy with our grandchildren. And I can't have any more of that in my life. I can't. And I don't intend it. But I'm fucking not going anywhere. So it's up to you how we row this boat. You're either going to go on your own boat and fuck off and never see me again, or you're going to try hanging on to my boat and then I'm just going to sink you like ballast, because nobody's having a go at me for the rest of my life because my mod said something to them over a year ago. That ain't going to happen anymore. That's not happening anymore. Regardless of how you feel about it, get over it. Pull your big fucking girl pants up and get over it. I'm sure you've been called worse before in your life. I know I have. Yeah, just get over it. You know what you can do? Take it into your 50s and your 60s and your 70s and say, you know what, 35 years ago somebody said something about me online and it made me fucking mad. Like, there's got to be a point where Luke's has paid enough. I've paid enough. We've done enough penance, you know. Because you're not going to hold it over my head like the sword of Damocles. That's not going to happen. Yeah, how long's enough? How long's the sentence for? When's our sentence up? You know, because you made yourselves judge, jury and executioner. How long do we have to do? Until you stop talking about it in your live stream. Stop making stupid videos. Like the ones made of Luke today. Well, I should have pointed out and I didn't do it. Do you know what I saw today? I saw victims on my live stream breaking because what had happened to them. And you saw something you could review, make a video of, and that's exactly what you did. And in my eye, that made you really cool. Because you didn't feel the empathy. You went immediately to, I can ridicule that and make a bit out of it, attention from it, and feel important from it. You're no worse than recoil. It's not always about for that. That's about controlling the narrative, control how you practice. And I'll say that the person that you're an appalling human being. I haven't seen it yet. My inbox says it happened to me. Thank you for saying it happened to me. You didn't see any of that. You saw something to ridicule. You went for the easiest one to ridicule. You didn't go for Rob. You went for the what you would consider the weakest in the pack. That tells me a hell of a lot about you. My dad would call you an ankle biting bastard, but I'm going to try you more. You go for the man on the panel. There's two women and you went for the weakest. You need to have a long hard look in the mirror. A long look in the mirror. What if it may go on me? Why did you do it on Blooper? Because you need what you would consider to be an easy victim. And there's only one victim in this, it's yourself. And it's your own decisions, thought processes and actions that have made you the victim in this case. But people can see what they are now. You have no idea how many people have messaged me and said, Debbie, they've done it to me for years. They've done it to me for years. They've ridiculed me. They've done this, they've done that. Yeah, and like, I feel like I can speak out about it now. There are way far more people that they've gone at and tried to terrorise than me. You know? I've never in my entire life asked anybody to come and help me with aggro. Never. I've never in my life said, I'm going to have to go and sort something out, will you come with me? Never. So I don't understand the mentality of people that would do that into double figures. So we're not just talking, and this has come from Anne's mouth, right? This came from Anne Hanrahan's mouth. There are at least 30 of us behind a damp sewer out. Well, that's appalling. Because I thought there was just one. Tells me that there's double figures of people that are prepared to ridicule an old man and an old woman because they don't like the son and they can't score a point with him. And I just keep coming back to the same thing. You sat down and did AI, you could have gone and knocked on his door and had this all over and done with years ago. And then people are laughing about it and thinking it's really funny. But then when it happens to them, they're upset about it and they're raging. Well, you weren't raging when it was someone else's, man. You know, there's a lot of duplicity on this app. A lot of duplicity, and I don't think I want any part of it. I don't feel like I've done anything wrong. I feel like I've done exactly what I should have done, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care who wants to be my friend. I don't care who wants to be my friend. I'm not on here to make friends. I've got friends. I don't need any more. Yeah. I'm not on here looking for clout. If I wanted clout, I'd go back to TV work, or I'd go on YouTube. I'm on here to get rid of Kevin, find Recoil, and then get rid of every predatory person that's on this app, because it's appalling. Because when you adults act like that, you set a precedent. So any young person coming into the app sees that and thinks, well, this is acceptable. It's okay because the grown-ups are doing it. And I can't sit with that. I can't sit with that. And I don't understand why you don't see it like that. I just don't get it. Like you'd be appalled if it was your parent. You would. You'd be appalled. You'd be kicking off to fuck if it was your man or your dad. Yeah. I know setters over shit like that, you know what I mean? But like, oh, well, if it's his ma, then it's fine. No, it's not. No, it's not. It doesn't work like that. There are lines that you don't fucking cross, man. Yeah. And I can't get into conversation with people who don't understand that. How do I have a conversation with a woman who's pissed off over a comment from a year ago? How do I have that conversation? I'm not built like that. Like, my head would be like, sort your fucking box out. Like, I've been called worse than that when I was a kid. It's how you let it affect you. You've let it affect you for over a year, and that's on you. That's on you. Yeah. I don't know how many more times she needs to apologise. I don't know how many more times she has to defend herself over something from a year ago that's literally just name calling. You know? To dox her address and her name when she's in danger, it's just appalling. And when I get it in men, but I don't get it in other women. And I guarantee you, some of the women that have done it, they've had bad relationships themselves. So they know that the danger that they're putting her in. Or they didn't think about it. They didn't care. They just didn't care. They found it and thought, I'm going to post it because you'll be the first one on fucking phones. But you expect one thing and act in another way, and that'll never wash. That don't wash. You fucking say do as I say, not as I do. I can't. I'm not dancing that dance. I refuse to do it. If you're duplicitous, just don't contact me again. That'd be really nice. You'd be doing me a kindness. You know, if you're in here and you're slagging me off in other groups, just don't come in here again. Like, you know, that'd be doing me a kindness. I'm going to make a point of remembering who it was who asked me to do the birthday fire on the 30th, so I've got wood for it. Yeah, I'm not going forward this week thinking about all this stupidity. I want to know if he's been released, and if he's released, is he still in that flat? And if he's not in that flat, where have they moved him to? Because he's got to register for council tax. Yeah, that's what my brain will be on. I'll be like, right, have they let him out? Is he out? Like, is he going to immediately get in touch with them women and say, look, it's all lies, they've made it up, it's not true, you know, it wasn't me. What if he's speaking to 10 women and one woman falls for it? You know, so that's a guy called Recoil. Honestly, it's too long for me to go into, but he's a predatory male, and he was jailed in 2016 for part in a ring. So yeah, that's where my concern lies. Like, has he been released? Are they still holding him till Monday morning? I don't know. I'm hoping when Neighbours tells Rob, really, and then that'll settle my mind a bit. How much time have we got, is what I'm thinking. Hopefully, like, if the goddess is kind, they found something on his devices and he's gone in and he's remanded on Monday morning. Realistically, because it's the Gabbers, they kept him there until Rob left and then they let him go on. They'll let him go on about 3 in the morning. And when they come for the stuff yesterday, that means they're moving him. They'll jump him from hotel to B&B till they find a safe place for him. Is it Lorraine's birthday on the 30th? Right, I'll make a note in my diary. I just didn't want to get... I knew it had come in and then I remembered it was the 30th. I just couldn't remember who it was. Obviously, weather permitting, if it's proper raining, I won't be able to do it. I'll do it the night after. Yeah, but we'll see. But yeah, I've still got a load of wood there. I might have another fire tomorrow, depending on what the weather's like. That's the other thing, isn't it? The reporting system, it's useless, you know. It doesn't work on Kev, it doesn't work on Cake, it just doesn't work. I've just lost so much heart. Like, I can't put any more legal letters together. I don't know what else to do now. A47. Honestly, I don't know what to do now. So it's like, right, what's my plan of action for this week? What am I concentrating my time on this week? My mum's back from Trample. She'll be back from Allegate tomorrow, probably. So yeah, I think that we're weather dependent. If the weather's nice, I'm going to go out and film at a few locations. If the weather's shit, then I'm not. Yeah. Do I care what happens to Kevin? A bit. I'd be a liar if I said I didn't. I don't think this situation with Mikey Barry's going to go well for either of them. I think it's just another downfall for Kevin. Do you get what I mean? I honestly think Mikey's just using him as a lol cow for money. Because, you know, when you're homeless, you need money, don't you? I think he sees him as a Joey. Are you Pink Lady? Right. Do you know, I've never been to Canary Wharf. One place I've never been, Canary Wharf. No, I get you. So you're 46 now. I'm okay, yeah. I had a nice fire and a good chat. Yeah, might have done me a couple of brews. I'm going to go in soon because I want to have a bath and do me, yeah. It's been chewed on by ponies, as you can tell. Yeah, it's the best kind of therapy though, innit? A nuzzle. Oh, thank you, Nano. By the way, Nano, you don't have to ask me. You can clip anything on my lives. I would never do you for a copyright. You're Sergeant Squirrel, you know, that don't bother me. It's when it's done, like they've done it today, where they clipped a bit and then used it in a derogatory fashion, then yeah, obviously I've reported it. But yeah, Nana, no, you clip whatever you want of mine, I don't mind. Rob's the same. Rob will be the same. You always give us a mention, always, every time, you know. And like, honestly, I love the fact that people clip. We don't have to go. I haven't been in his lives for weeks on end because I watch what the clippers do. Right, my battery's going to go, guys, so I'm going to go and get myself in. I've got 19%, which is pretty low for me. That fire's going to go out on its own. I don't have to do anything. So I'm not sure if I'll come back on because I'm going to jump in the bath and have a nice bath and chill out. But I'll be on tomorrow. I'll be definitely on tomorrow. I'm hoping I can't work my device yet. I can't work my dongle out yet. So I'm hoping I can go and have a try with it tomorrow if the weather's good, see if I can do it. But Mark reckons I cannot spot off the Wi-Fi in the car. So I'm going to give that a try as well. But yeah, I'm not great with technology. But thank you for my 131,000 likes. Thank you for being polite with each other and acting like adults. It's fucking amazing. You guys could like literally teach people how to adult on the internet. And I mean that deeply. Thank you. Oh, most definitely, Norma. I will do. I'll check it for you. I'm going to have a brew for a jump in bar. Yeah, thanks to Rob and thanks to the people who've messaged me and said, like, you know, I was ready for giving up now, Deb, and no, I don't feel like I'm going to give up and feel like I'm going to fight again. Like, that helps. That really, really helps. But as it's going dark and I'm running out, I'll say I'll see you tomorrow. You never know, I might jump back on, but I doubt it. My husband probably wants me for a bit. But Nana, yeah, most definitely I will, sweetheart. I'll see you all later.